Digital, we're all connected. Alicia Kingston's about to hit the stage. You won't be rejected. Leader of the pack, she's got that soulful sound. Get ready for the ride, cause she's here to astound.
She's got the tenfold spirit, got you thinking deep, exploring the unknown, secrets that you'll keep. Ginger ale queen, sipping on the throne. The lyrics like bubbles rise and break on their own. Live stream's about to start. Get ready for the show. Alicia Kingston in the house, ready to let it all flow. From June to House of the Dragon, she'll take you on a ride. Reviewing your favorite shows with soulful lyrics on the side.
So that happened. Bruh. I have no words. I really have no words. The level of frustrationals right now. Hey folks. As you can see, there were technical difficulties. I did have my face like all ready and stuff to be on the camera, but now I don't want to touch controls and things because something else might go wrong again. So we're here. Meeks, go and talk to the people for a sec. I'm gonna take these couple gulps of rum.
Hey y'all. Well, technical difficulties are catchy. They're catching. I have my technical difficulties last night with my laptop when it tried to catch on fire while editing.
Ma'am. Huh?
It was crackling and popping. I was like, what is that noise?
Look,
it was my laptop.
The YouTube lords do not want us to be great out here for real.
Nope. So now I have to buy another laptop, and we're talking a smooth $1,800.
Yeah. I was literally just thinking the same thing. Like, I'm gonna have to step myself up to get a new machine next year, and I really did not want to have to put that in the budget.
I was trying to keep it going as long as possible, but baby girl, she was like, I'm like, all right, you win. You win.
Message heard loud and clear. Yep.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I did have some guests lined up for tonight, but as things happen, everybody got back to me at nearly the last minute. So I had to split the pack because I didn't want like 20 of us on here for just episode 2 anyway. But now, work don't ever want people to be great. So like some people are hard at work now, and
that's true.
I tell them to go ahead, go to sleep because they are in the future time zones and stayed up, and I didn't want them to stay up no longer. So yeah, so it's just you. I guess you're gonna get just me and Meeks tonight.
That's cool. I've got so much. This is my favorite time of the year because my comments are ablaze, and I like being in my comments. And it's very rare that I can be in my comments and not be spoiled. So I'm all the way in my comments. It's great. It's amazing.
I like it. All right. So what? Let's actually let me not be rude. Let me jump over to the chat. Hey, folk. Again, I'm sorry for the technical difficulties. I don't know what's going on with my computer. I'm sadly gonna have to replace it. So that's a good segue for me to say even more now. Hey, tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your dad to click on that subscribe button for me. Come back. They don't even need to watch nothing. For real. Just hit that button and get them numbers up, because then I can do my thing behind the scenes and that we can get that monetization going. Because yeah, your girl gonna need some funds to get a working machine that doesn't break down every other time that we stream. Oops. Oh, so let's see. Lady B and Casey. I did see you guys in here earlier. Actually, y'all were in here so early with your comments that the 2 comments that I saw before are not even on the list anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey Casey. Please keep your questions for a couple minutes into the stream, or as we get to those scenes, because I will forget. Look here. See, you were doing fine.
I don't know what that thing is. Oh, yeah, look at that. It's the blebs.
Y'all see, it really is. They come to get me. Yeah. Aiming. I mean, look, that lady told him to come back when he's ready, and he took her advice.
I can't. I can't.
I understand. I'm not gonna hate on him for that. If there's other things in the episode I will hate on him for.
Oh my god, there's so much.
Haelena, how are you?
Exactly.
How do? And I'm really just skimming now. I'm not reading for content. Just saying hello.
Hey y'all.
What's going on? Yes.
Hey, come on.
Hey. So you win. Denard. Dan McKay was good, my guy. Fandom D Saints, my brother. What's going on? Y'all definitely remember to head over to DJ Wun Wun's channel tomorrow. Me, him, and Fandom gonna jump in these Dragon Streets again. And Whitney Davis, hello. Look at you, smooth chocolate skin. I think y'all, for y'all that was watching last night, y'all know how we appreciate the smooth chocolate on the facials.
So many people. Hey y'all.
Sipping all of the drinks.
I listen. I said I wasn't gonna drink all of it. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to be conservative. As you can see, it's like
it's a little bit less than it was last night.
I know this time I got a big cup. I was trying to be cute with my Game of Thrones cup. No, I'm gonna need a cup.
You need like a.
I'm need a cup.
Hey Corinne, Becks, what's going on? Becks, if you want to come chat, let me know. And you jump in, man. Let's see. Let me scroll on down some more. Amy Collins. Hello. Haelena, hello. I think that is everyone. I do apologize if I missed anyone. Shout yourselves out. Oh, Scott, just saw you there. Bruv, what is going on? DJ, hey. Okay, see, all y'all's names is like right here in the block as I scroll down, and that catches us up. Perfection.
Cool.
Yo, them red solo cups be coming in handy. Absolutely. So, shoot, actually, I can't even tell if Becks is still in here. But if you are, Becks, text me or hit me up on Insta, and I will shoot you the link, man.
It's good, Haelena. It's good. It's good. But it's $150, so I'm trying not to drink all of it. This gotta last for the rest of the year. Hopefully, it lasts a whole year.
You gotta have a backup drink, so then you could take like maybe a little half a shot of that.
It's usually wine, but I didn't feel like having wine.
I understand that.
I will fight you. It's like a gnat bug, and I see you.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is getting warm. That's why fall is always my favorite season, because that's when all the bugs and insects and things that fly around and bother me get back to hell where it came from.
That equals death for me. So, but then again, all season equals death for me. So there's that.
Whiskey and wine aren't friends.
Exactly. That's why I can't. Not unless I know for sure I'm going to be off. I'm not doing that. That's yuckies. Yeah, it's $150, but it's really good. I'm not mad at it. Not mad.
Meeks, go ahead and toss out the first thing. I would like to start at the beginning.
Of course, absolutely at the beginning.
Wait, hold on. Actually, I'm sorry. I meant to ask this last weekend, but we got caught up in the conversation of it all. Does the good pastor have any words of wisdom to pass along?
Nah, I gotta prepare myself for that. That's good. You know what that's gonna happen? That's gonna happen on the episode. Hold on, I'm gonna type it in the chat. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna type it in the chat. Type it in our private chat. Hold on.
I think I already know the RR. I already know.
Yeah. You're Because I know it's no.
All right, Becks,
Mm-hmm.
your DMs, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we got the running around the castle right now.
Listen, finally,
finally,
we get to see where people are. Finally, that big old castle, and it was dead quiet while this baby was getting his little head cut off.
Silent. It's like somebody went through and what is the Harry Potter spell? Silencio. Just went through the halls and did the swish and flick and
Nothing.
Like
I was like, wow.
Thing.
Wow.
And,
we know where those guards weren't.
Yeah. You know exactly where they did not end up. Ridiculous and disrespectful. And then you got Aegon's old bitch ass in here with his sword chopping up his daddy's Lego set.
That took him forever. It literally did.
Liars, blah, 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 blah.
Sir,
Boy,
that's what happens.
Everybody already think you weak though.
Come on. I'm like, this is what happens when you think because you got the biggest dragon on your side, you're invincible. No, sir. That is not how wars are done. That's why Otto and Alicent are trying so hard to keep the dragons out of it. It's easier to protect your house when you understand what's happening. These two kids are like, oh, I got my dragon. I can go and just burn and make people do what I want to do. Yes, but while you're gone on the dragon, who's protecting the home front? That's why they're like, listen, you got to stop playing. And now you know. Now you understand. Now you know my pain. In the words of Naruto, now you know pain.
Right. Yeah.
Sad face.
All right.
But did you see Alicent's fake cry when she was talking to her dad? I'm like, girl, you stopped crying 5 seconds after you did that.
First of all, even without that, the thing that really pissed me off, well, two really big things pissed me off with her in this opening sequence here. One is this fake old crying, talk about, well, maybe even if we do find, the people that could be responsible, what if it's not their heads that need to be chopped off or their hands, whatever the fuck it was she said. She makes it about her. About God punishing me. And
like, really? Okay.
Punishing me for? I really wanted to jump in and say, punish you for being a whore.
I'd be like, huh.
So, and acting so sanctified and holy about it. So, then my second beef is with after just a few moments after this, when she goes to check on Haelena, is Haelena, what you saw? Haelena did not skip a beat. She had the best curb that bullshit. Let me be to myself, and just handed her like, look, I was making this for my son's funeral, and she went back over, started staring out the window again. Shut up. Nobody is worrying about whose dick you are riding.
Nobody cares.
Going down. That time is now past and gone.
I just feel I feel so bad for her kids in the sense that they don't have a mom. They don't have someone to stop and like hold their face. As soon as Ray saw her kid, instantly she was like, okay, go ahead. Let me just get up. All right, we're gonna stop this because you need to hug me. We need to hug. We need to reassure each other. None of that happened with her kids, and this is the time when Alicent should have. She should have, and it just frustrates me to my core that Haelena didn't get anything this episode. Nobody cared. Like, nobody.
That is why I have the title up on this screen on for this stream that I do. Somebody go into Flea Bottom, get that poor little puppy that does not have anybody to feed him anymore, and give him to Haelena. Okay, they both need some support, because obviously that fucking family still isn't there to do anything.
No,
like this is the difference between Alicent and Rhaenyra. Let's take the royal or whatever out of it. This is just them as moms. You can tell we have all seen all of season 1, and now still Alicent don't really care about her kids.
She is not a mother.
Her station and what they can do for her image. Rhaenyra
is not a mother.
She knows that things are expected of her. However, she does take those few moments to grieve as she should. And Jace comes in he starts off, trying to be on business because he knows, let me get my princely duties out the way first, give the morning report, and then, but the voices start cracking, and they both still half in tears already, and she just says, "Nah, baby, come here, just come here," and she hugs him and cries with him. That is what you would expect for a grieving to a boy who has now lost his sibling, his closest confidant. Like what the absolute fuckery is going on? And we have
hi Becks.
Hi
of her name coming back to the chats with us. Thank you, and lovely. I very much appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Adulting is never always on schedule, and I'm so glad I saw your name in the chat.
There we go. I could be an adult.
Well, I'm glad that it's good, perfect timing for me to hop on, and I'm not working.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. We just go ahead.
One of those high class editors and stuff that y'all be reading their names at the end of the credits and stuff.
She's like,
Mine are like the shows that I edit, like they come back by in like 2 seconds, and they're like jammed on the very bottom of the page. Like, I don't get fancy splash pages right now.
Well, okay. Well, if the rest of them don't want to big up you, okay, we gonna do that. Okay, we'll keep that back. Hold on now, King Cash. I don't believe I've seen your name on these Dragon Streets here
because she needed to grieve. That's why she can take a week. Now, should she have taken a week? No, but she's done it because she needs to grieve.
You very clearly are someone that has never lost a child. And I will not say or put that up against with losing someone in general. No, because that's very different when it's your child. So if you think that anyone could just walk around like absolutely nothing is wrong and they aren't allowed to take that time to grieve, then I'm going to say something's wrong with you. But welcome to the chat, though. Appreciate that view. Don't forget way out.
And the other thing is that, she needed proof that he died.
Yes.
She needed some physical evidence, which, Team Green obviously had their physical evidence right in front of them.
Yeah. And they got a body to bury and to burn, and all she had was a cloak.
A cloak and a little piece of wing.
That's it. That is it. But I just feel bad for everyone in that first part, because I get it. Hey, Aegon, he can, this is the time for him to be upset, but he also needs to listen. And this man ain't about listening. But my gripe with that is, Otto, you wanted to put him on the throne so badly, you didn't think to train him?
So bad.
None of that?
And Allison.
Not even a little bit.
So
Not
bad.
even a little bit. None? Okay.
Well, because they never actually wanted him to rule. They wanted him to be their puppet. Like they had no intention of him being
there.
And like they just wanted him to do what they wanted to do.
Yeah, they needed a figurehead, but unfortunately, when you steal the usurp the throne, you're gonna have to fight for it. I don't know why they thought they wouldn't have to fight for it. Like, even if you tried to kill everybody, you wouldn't have killed everybody. There's a handful of people who on that side who know how to fight. So chances are some of them would have escaped. So I'm just like, however you want to slice that. But I'm just like, they should have been better prepared, because now we got this dude out here flipping, dipping, and tripping with all these people. But he's asking the correct questions. Where were you?
I was just in bed.
Really? Which one? What bed?
Which bed?
I mean, at least didn't lie, per se.
And like, so where did you? Why where was everybody else? Like, you had told them to guard, but if you're the king's guard and you told the guards to guard, but there were no guards guarding, did you tell? It's like a riddle.
And let me say what up to Mr. Teflon TV, brother. What's going on?
Hey, Tony.
Yeah, but you don't need to love your husband to love your kids. She didn't love anybody.
Allison was forced to marry the king. You don't need to love your husband to love your kids. I mean, that does hold weight, but that, and again, just highlights the problem and the difference between Rhaenyra and Allison. You can say that maybe Rhaenyra didn't love Laenor, they had, they had that understanding. I think they did care deeply for each other.
I
But
think
even
so.
still, regardless of that, you can see very clearly how much she loves and cares for her kids. Allison, that's a different story.
She never did.
Sarah, you're absolutely 100% correct on that. But she did need to love those kids, and she has a responsibility to these kids, and she did not put in the proper work with all three of them, I think.
And this is not me defending Allison by any stretch, but also consider, having those kids were a duty to the realm. It wasn't like, there's a transactional element to it. And again, it's not to excuse. And I do think she has a protective thing with Haelena, obviously, but it didn't work this time. Like, she couldn't protect Haelena from being paraded out in public, right after her son was brutally murdered in front of her and her other child. But Allison, I don't know if we can ever put Allison in a position of what we would have in normal life. And Tony's absolutely right. You don't have to love your husband to love your
kids.
And she had a duty to those kids, but it was always portrayed to her about her duty to the realm and heirs, and it was transactional.
I feel like that's what she does with raising the kids. Like, she's there to tell them, hey, these are your duties. Not you're sad today. This is what you do to help your sadness. You can come talk to me. No. I know you're sad, but you still have to go out there and do the thing that we need to do. So we're going to do the thing that we need to do because it's our duty to do the thing. Right. You can reserve your feelings or however you're feeling for somebody else, because I don't care. We've got things to do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
right. I mean, but that there is the problem. I think there are ways that she could have done both. I mean, we saw both. And yes, I do. Where Sir Breakbacks, as we call it. Concerned.
My shirt's dirty, otherwise it would be on. It's my man.
The fact that Sir Daddy never, I can't stand the fact that Allison and Kristen are getting sex scenes, and I didn't get a sex scene with Sir Daddy.
Not one.
Not even one.
Not one.
Not one. Not even a makeout.
Not one.
Not one.
For my straight sisters here in the chat and elsewhere, I'm so sorry that they did y'all dirty like that.
Yeah, Corinne, you're right. Haelena was forced to marry her brother, and she still loved those kids. She was not in it for that, but she loved her kids.
That part. Haelena is the mom that I feel like she just knew that she's not going to be like her mother. She is actually going to be as hands-on as she can with both of her kids, not just the boy, for whatever reasons. So yeah, there's always that parallel to look at where it comes to them. But I am still gonna say that the Rhaenyra's Guild of Evil Exes is just out here doing the most in the shadows. But then you got freaking cousin Day Day not knowing how to have any damn chill at any point in time. And I think Rhaenyra read his ass for filth, and she was 100% correct.
Well, here's the thing. I think she's right to get on his ass. The reason that she was talking about, I think, is still kind of misguided, because Daemon don't open his hand to nobody. The fact that he said that he made a mistake is big enough, because he ain't gonna tell nobody nothing. He's like, oh, you think I made a mistake? That's cool. I'm glad you think that. He's not going to give it to anybody. But the fact that in that moment he was like, I made a mistake, I was like, oh, that's big of you. Still fucked up though. Still fucked up. If you'd waited, if you'd have listened, if you'd followed instructions, if you just had your hat on and just paused for a second instead of knee-jerk reacting like Aegon did later in the episode, that's how y'all know y'all related. Shit. Y'all can't sit down and not do something. Y'all got to do something immediately.
That is very true. That is absolutely very true. Matter of fact, I do like some of these points. Tone, if you're not at work, if you got time, let me know. I'll shoot you the link. Oh, damn it! What the hell was I about to say?
Oh yeah, that stair scene. I was like, somebody say something to the baby girl. Somebody.
Yeah.
Say something. Anything.
And Tony, in the chat, Tony says it seems Haelena does love her husband brother.
I agree with that.
I don't know. like, because even remember, like, you know, our favorite, you know, dysfunctional family Thanksgiving scene when she got up and made her toast. She's like, it's not so bad. He mostly leaves you alone. Like, I don't think she had any great luck, but also, like, they're lost and, like, you know, they're connected in a deeper way now, and it's going to be interesting to see what comes of that.
Yeah, and Haelena is definitely making the moves, and like you said, they're at that dinner. Yeah, I think she knew exactly what the position was she was in, and she's accepted that, and she's doing her duty, but she's also making it a point to be a mom.
I also wonder,
look after her, it's like herself, not pawn them off to any of the help or anything.
So after the time jump in season 1, and we see Alicent sitting on the small, like sitting in with a small council. I wonder, like, what point that happened, because when we had younger Alicent, she was, even when she was married to the king, she wasn't doing that. So, like, at some point, Alicent, you know, very much was like, my job is political, and like these kids are political, you know, where Haelena has like a lot more. Again, I'm not excusing her, but I just wonder at what point Alicent became such a strong player before that, like during that time jump.
That's a good question. I don't.
I mean, it doesn't. We won't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it's a thing to, because before she wasn't in that room at all. She was out there doing whatever she wanted to do, and all of a sudden she's in the room trying to make decisions and stuff. Yeah. I think maybe she's feeling kind of a little bit envious of the fact that Rhaenyra is supposed to be in those rooms, but the guys don't want her there. And the fact that she could be in those rooms, she's like, well, I can be here. And it's like a step up for me. As where Rhaenyra, keeping her out is the step down. So it might be like one-upping her a little bit.
Sure. Well, because, but Rhaenyra was in that room too.
Yeah, but they didn't want her in that room. They wanted somebody else. Once she had that baby, once Alicent had that first son, they were like, okay, so this is cute and all. Yeah. It's cute and all, but we still don't. We gotta air.
That was still all. I mean, and I have to look again, like at, you know, like even like Beastbury, it was like, no, she's the heir. But we're rehashing season 1 stuff. I'm sorry, I
that's a problem
on that tangent.
All right, now, so what Lady V is saying, maybe y'all can help figure out why side-eye when she was denying she would ever hurt a child.
I think it was him.
To know that too.
I think the side eye was for him. The side eye was like, you won't, but I would.
Yeah, it's a little of the side eye, mostly because it's like, well, you didn't specifically, but it was like that kind of initial acknowledgement, like, you know, her initial order of like, I want Aemon Targaryen, you know, led to this. You know, which
we also give a shout out to Auntie Nisi, because
listen, she was like, I'm gonna need you to fix it.
That camera panned over and she looked right at Damon like,
I hollered. Everybody was looking.
Or will I?
Everybody at the table was looking at him while he was looking at the wall over here. He was just like,
couldn't even hide his smirk for more than 10 seconds.
Damon was doing like the don't be
suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Right, exactly. Hold on. Because I just want to, I'll be honest, I just want to laugh. So, how you mad at Damon for defending the castle while you're having a miscarriage? He's thinking survival first.
True.
No, at that point in time, there was not any battles coming. And if you look at how Damon was reacting in that scene, and then you remember he's already gone through this another wife, and he
just had to not be there. He couldn't be there again in case something happened. He couldn't do it again.
Panic attack going on. So yeah, that was for his own survival and mentally. I mean, so while I didn't like it,
I didn't like it either, but I understood it, because sometimes you can't just do it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You got to know about.
And you know, and also like on the flip side, like, you know, they needed to act, and it was just like a really awful timing that.
Yeah, it was a bunch of like fell dominoes when her dad happened, and then the baby, and then I'm just like, and then her then her crown, and it was like boom, 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 boom. She had no time to breathe. So,
and it's a little column A, like, you know, he couldn't handle yet another miscarriage, and he wouldn't even have been allowed in the room.
Well,
if she said,
yeah, she didn't wanted him in there. But I think he disappeared just in case she asked, and she, of course, being by herself is really frustrated and scared, not understanding why her partner is not next to her. But I understand both sides. Yeah. I understand both sides. I understand why she was mad that he wasn't there, and I understand why he couldn't be there.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm not mad at any of that.
All right, so Blair's saying, I guess she probably hounded Viserys to be on the council when he became ill. That's highly possible.
That is highly possible.
Yeah, with the milk of the poppy thing. Yeah, that is very possible. We'll probably never get the full answer to that. But yeah, that was it.
Well, and even like when the one time he did, when they were talking about House Valerion's, like the guy who got his head chopped off.
Oh yeah, Uncle.
When he showed up to
Uncle Black and Mild.
Uncle Black and Mild.
When he showed up, you know, he was very like, you know, he was always like, I don't want it. I want to be clear-headed, even though he was couldn't imagine how much pain he was in. But yeah, I agree. I think at some point that was Alicent just like, let's ease his pain as quickly as possible.
And I too have heard that. So yeah, I get that. I get that. But for my beef, I guess to sum it all up, really, with Alicent is she is literally like everything that she has accused Rhaenyra of.
She is. That's the problem. That's the problem. That is the problem.
Both of them recognize this, and there are at different intervals, especially with Sir Crispy, where he's it's clicking in his brain how he needs to check himself and how he done fucked up, but he still
keeps doing the stuff because now it's penance. Now if I go here, it's a constant reminder of how I fucked up, so I'm not gonna fuck up again. If I keep fucking the fuck up that I fucked up, it wouldn't the fuck up fuck. Exactly. Yeah.
Although, you know, I can't imagine like anybody that has any defense of Crispy Nom Nom after this episode.
I can't.
Like
somebody came into the chat last night while we were doing the after show saying like they don't understand how everybody's trying to get me to hate Crispy so bad. I said, well, explain your viewpoint.
Yeah.
I'm not here to change anyone's mind.
Exactly. No, thank you.
Shenanigans with my friends. So what is your thought pattern on that? Actually, are you watching the episode that we watched?
Oh my God, Sir Hunter Munch is diabolical.
Yeah, that's what I'm laughing at. Thank you, Amy. Yeah, no, it's like after that scene with R. I'm gonna say R, even though it's pronounced Eric. I'm just gonna
for definition, for definitive sakes.
But like after that scene with him, it's like, how can anyone defend that motherfucker at all? Like,
you sent this man to his death because you fucked up and you felt bad.
And like, but even if he had like come to him and like, this is what we need to do, and there was like the whole pretense beforehand, you know, like we're the symbol of purity and
no, hold on,
sir.
Let's back that up because let's break down that scene. Hey Day, good to see you,
sir.
Oh hey Day
comes in with the stoic face and literally it's like he's just standing there looking for something to pop off about. And the most non-significant thing he sees is there's mud on the man's cloak. You go into this freaking dissertation about the white cloak and purification, and you're making us look bad and blah 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 blah. Sir, he was up last night, doing what he was supposed to do. Talking about, well, where were you when the prince was being murdered? I was in the throne room with his daddy, where his daddy told me to be.
Where were you?
Where were you? And then also, why does Haelena not
have guards?
I mean, like, and it's the dude to be. I mean, he's only been Lord Commander for like what, a week?
Not even a week. Like, I feel like,
you know, like, you ain't doing your job,
sir.
Like, this is a job that, like, you know, you don't have a lot of room for error.
Like, all of this stuff happened in a week because a lot of people was like, "Oh, it's been months since then." I was like, "No. It's according to the producers. I think they said 10 days total.
10 days. 10 days.
10
like,
days.
You know, like
10 days.
Sort of like episode 1.
It's barely been 2 weeks. It's barely been 2 weeks.
Barely.
Yes,
2 weeks.
you are correct.
Yeah.
And everybody has been failing.
I love the chat, y'all.
I mean,
like,
I do. Did you notice? Like when they were, I don't remember if they showed it when they were taking the beds apart, but I did notice, like, during the blood and cheese scene, that they had like the dragon braziers under the beds. But you know, and like for a moment, it was like, oh my god, is Crispy gonna, like, you know? I mean, like, I'm sure he feels guilt and shame over the fact, like, you know, he wasn't there and he didn't do his job, but like, to turn it around and like, and also to do it very publicly, like that was something it was projecting, but it was also a performative for him to save face.
And it seemed like they were used to it because the moment he started, they were like, "All right, well, shit, they ain't talking to me today." Everybody got up except the person he was directly yelling at, and they were just like, "I'm just gonna eat my sandwich somewhere else."
It was basically the saloon, and somebody pulled a gun, and now the piano player closes the piano. He gets up, the bartender says, "All right."
Literally
out the door with a bottle of whiskey. Everybody playing cards just says, "You know what? Nope, I fold," and everybody goes home except for these assholes trying to kill each other. And this was just, his argument was so damn weak, and I totally agree, because I didn't even catch it until you just said it. They're used to seeing this asshole look like this. They're used to his desperation and the bullshit cover-ups that he is pulling. I think they very clearly see all the tomfoolery, but they're not in charge. So what could they really say? Damn near every last one of them, I'm sure, has been conscripted into that damn cloak for however long they were in there. And for you to come in here and you stopping this man from eating his breakfast, first and foremost, you already know he was up all night doing his job. And then this happened, and everybody had to go into and do 4 or 5 more extra hours of overtime. No sleep. And I'm trying to have my breakfast, and my bad, boss, I didn't see how dirty the cloak got. You know, we was running around trying to wrangle these peoples up and try to take care of the situation that happened. And he's like, "Oh, save me your excuses." And he looks at him, and I will give Eric all of his shine for this. He straight looks at him and he calls him out on all of his bullshit. You worrying about where the fuck I was? You're in charge. You know where I was because you made the damn schedule. What did you want me to do? Just randomly be walking away from the king? You think he wouldn't notice that? He wouldn't say something about that and then potentially get me in trouble? No, I was doing my job. What the fuck was you doing?
You know, one thing I was like, even though there was a little of the blame game, like, I thought it was gonna go a little bit deeper in this episode. Like who fucked up? Like, you know, who like made all the bad decisions? But you know, like, and I get it. It's like kind of like, no, there's no time to spend on it.
Well, here's the thing: you're thinking that these people are smart. They're not smart. The only person who has half a brain is Otto, and Otto is trying to figure out how to twist it and flip it as he should. But nobody is really trying to figure out whose fault it is, because 2 of the people in the council are looking at each other like trying not to have no fault set at all. So they're going to try to help people gloss over it. Like, what happened, but what can we do now? Yeah, you know, we're not going to talk about that.
Well, but I also think like maybe it's like kind of a unspoken thing, like, you know, maybe they realize across the board, like, we all fucked up.
Everybody failed, honestly.
You know, like, we all failed in this endeavor, even though it doesn't seem like anyone is actually like doing anything properly fixed it. Because even when Haelena was on the stairs, she still did not have guards. You know,
She
unless
had her 2 handmaidens, I think it was.
Yeah. Unless they were posted like with the kid, like, but it's like,
Yeah, it didn't. None of it.
come on.
We were
The royal family should have King's Guard on them at all times. Period.
And also, like, why were there no guards surrounding their carriage? I mean, well, I guess like they went to. I was waiting for that body
baby
to fall.
I thought
I was like,
and the head to pop.
I'm like, oh, it's gonna roll right off, isn't it? That little baby's gonna get stuck and it's gonna hit the ground and it's gonna whole thing. And I was like, please don't do this in front of Haelena, please.
I felt like I was watching like a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode.
I'm like, please don't do this.
I feel like
and I
exactly the same mind as we were, because she starts going into a panic attack.
Yes.
And again, I think it speaks volumes for how Allison has failed. She, at this point in time, is going along and putting on the show with a hand of support on her knee, and Haelena is still like leaned over all the way to the left,
panicking.
Now, I will say
that's not a touch that she wants.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, I don't think. I think it's actually Otto's overall idea that it's like, you know, like, we need to show everybody this. We need to, like, you know, like his PR brain, like, and you know, I think it was
that thought.
But you know, also it's like they could have taken, like, you know, because they wouldn't put Aegon out there because Aegon is too much of a loose cannon. They also shouldn't put Haelena out there. Like, it should have been Alicent and Otto and Aemon.
And also the fuck shit with Alicent. She's okay co-signing to make Haelena
go out there. But when her name was mentioned, she was like, I don't want to be a spectacle. What about your goddamn daughter?
Yeah. Yeah. But, you know, like I think Otto's idea, like, you know, like his reasoning, it's like, yeah, like, let's put it out there. And it's like, we're going to make sure everybody knows, like, even though it was Daemon, obviously, like, but that's still Rhaenyra's responsibility.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I agree on that, because she absolutely did not tell him.
Oh no,
true.
But not to put a harder leash on Daemon. I mean, granted, can she? That's like a separate question, but it's also kind of like unleashing Daemon in something like that. It's like, you know, at some point the buck stops here, kind of thing. You know, where she's ultimately like, she's the one in charge, and she's ultimately the one that's in charge of Daemon. And he didn't go off, like, this assassination plot was not going off the reservation. She's like, I want Aemon. And, you know, obviously, like, they know that. I mean, like, but they're not going to tell anybody. But it's like, Aemon fucked up. And, you know, regardless, like, let's say Aemon killed, like, a cousin. Like, if he killed anybody other than Aemon or like, that's still Rhaenyra's, like, you know, it's still, I mean, and I don't think she's not taking responsibility, but it's also like, there was a little bit at the end when they had their big fight, which was coming and right, but it's also like, you married this guy because you wanted him on your side. You wanted this guy to be in your corner to fight this fight. So
yeah, I also think he did totally finesse his way into that situation. She thought, what was going to be like something from, you know, 5-star hotel restaurant or something, but then really it's just some random care package from Timo. And you're not going to get Daemon to change and do anything that he does not already want to do. And even then, it could very well likely end up like this, because it's some bullshit.
Well, she could have given him more direction. Like with Daemon, you got to be specific with him. You can't say, I need this to happen, because he's going to be like, all right, I'm finna go, you know, I'm finna make it happen, Captain. You got to be like, hey, I need you to find a way to sneak into this castle and get Aemon without letting anybody else know or hurting anybody else that does not need to be hurt. Yeah. You got to be specific. Like this, he is the only one I want. Nobody else will do. You understand? Right. And she didn't put those terms in there. So I get that, but Damon is also going to do what Damon is going to do.
Yeah.
And Damon is also going to do what Damon is not going to do, because the beauty of him and in this telling of the story is that all the bad stuff people say he's done, you've never actually seen proof of him doing. Oh, he was in the pub screaming about the king and fuck the king and his heir. You saw him sitting there with a drink.
Yeah, like, well, the whole an heir for the day for a day.
Yeah, that was him sitting in a.
Even in the episode, although earlier in the episode when he was talking to Rhaenys, he said it, but you never saw him say
celebrating doing it. Yeah, he was just like.
Which I don't think. I mean, I think he did, but I thought that was like just a very well done.
The Queen's Guard shouldn't be on Alicent because she's not the queen.
What?
Yeah, she's not the queen. She's the queen.
She's the dowager. Yeah, she's the dowager queen. Yeah, she's not queen.
And the queen and the guard was on Alicent, or I guess she was on him.
Yeah, she was. She was writing that thing.
I feel like you just said the exact same thing.
She was writing that thing. She was.
But yeah, both of those, they are not mutually exclusive. And yeah, again, poor Haelena. I'm telling y'all, she's the only one that you can get every enemy. Team Green, Team Valerian, Team Black, whatever region, everyone will pull up and draw swords for Haelena.
Yeah, I feel so bad, especially knowing everything. I just feel so bad that like this is the thing that she's having so much trouble with. She had to make this choice. She was in the room when it was happening. She had to run. There was nobody who could help her. She was running in the night down some steps, trying to find somebody to help her in her own house that she is the queen of. And she goes to her mom, and her mom is too busy riding a penai. And then after all of that, they're trying to put the baby's funeral together. And she's like, that thing you saw me doing in my bedroom, bitch, I don't care. Bitch, I don't give a fuck.
I have
bigger
shit. Mom. Okay, you know you're not the queen anymore, right? That's me right now. Okay. I don't care about your fuck shit. You know why? Because in the grand scheme of things, you don't fucking matter.
True.
I spent a whole damn season trying to let you know how you don't matter. You're gonna put my son on the throne without me? You motherfucking right they are. That was always the plan, his long laid plans, and now it's coming into fruition. And again, y'all were both short-sighted on it because you put the wrong motherfucker on the throne.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple. And Otto knows how good it is, and that's why she's going. He's always trying to go hard to separate and isolate her.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just such a freaking clusterfuck. And again, at the end of it all, my first thought is always just poor Haelena. And this little asshole had the nerve to just stare her in her face and not say a fucking thing when he's walking downstairs to his next meeting. But you couldn't give her a fucking hug? Do you realize that she lost her? He's pulling a motherfucking toilets. Damn it! Again, you son of a bitch.
Yeah,
I also don't think he has like the emotional capacity to like do anything like that.
No, he can only be mad. He can only do one thing at a time.
Yeah, and like even when he walks by and she like we get that shot of her and she's like, "Yep, that's it. That's pretty much what I expected."
Okay,
you know, she doesn't expect anything from him. So
that's so sad, and we do see him actually grieve. Honestly, his grief was never in question to me. It's just the way he. The pageantry that he went about doing this shit, and of course the extracurricular things that will come up later as we'll circle around to eventually. So but yeah, that dude gets on my nerves. I will say again, kudos to Eamon. I give credit where credit is due. Eamon walked into what could have been a potential crime scene, and he almost passed by, but then he was. I feel like he might possibly have some form of an eidetic memory because he only glanced at that table, but then walked back like, wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah,
that's not what left the motherfucking pieces.
My goal. I had one question in this episode, like when Eamon comes back from wherever he was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, wasn't there like the castle's in chaos? Like, did he like come in through another
one of the side doors?
Yeah, like
I'm thinking so.
Yeah, I mean, like it's not a big deal, but it's also a little bit.
I'm thinking so.
The castle's in chaos, and it's like
he's just walking through.
he's walking through, and it really feels like he's walking in like,
Yeah, I feel like he came in through one of the other like hidden entries, and he was like, "What the hell's happening? Let me go back in my." Oh, the door is. Oh, this door is open. So somebody came in here and took the coins, of course, because you know rich people don't care about the coins they leave around. So I and then later on he's like, "Oh, they came for me because they're scared of me." No, sweetie.
No.
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 One was even thinking about you. Rhaenyra wasn't planning to fight a war against you.
No, sweetie. They just wanted to kill you. That's all. You're not the.
Although I like it's gonna make for like it's gonna make for like his narcissism
I think so.
and sociopath like tendencies like to just blossom. Like he's the other like I don't like him, but I love him.
Yes,
and
exactly.
It's like my like favorite green to like watch on.
Yes,
like so
yes.
All of it.
Carrying team green. I highly agree.
I do.
Nina's question in. Do y'all think she was having a vision? It certainly.
I think so.
Like maybe we'll see something about that later on. I mean, everything that has happened, she did tell us.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen.
So I'm thinking she might have saw something with the confetti falling, and it might look like something else happening that could happen when it happens on it happening.
It was hops.
All of that compounded with her.
Yeah.
And having to even be in this situation. Yeah, that hence the panic attack. I think that was like.
I mean, to also be fair, I mean, like even like mundane over magical, like you know, she was just like had this like horribly traumatic thing, and like and remember, like they had the knife to her throat.
Yes.
For a long time. And then all of a sudden these people like grabbing at her. It's like
freaking out. Yep. But I'm going to make a connection from this and with her looking up being that everyone was questioning this little clip in the trailer. Like, oh my God, there's a clip of her and Allison running through the streets. I'm thinking that is what she saw.
So Allison's wearing a different dress.
Exactly. That's what she saw. Like, so she's sitting there, she's seeing the confetti and she's realizing like this shit happens in the thing that I'm seeing where everybody is freaking out. We got to go. So she's like getting up, trying to leave. I'm thinking that's what she saw.
Yeah. And I think the general consensus is that's the scene that's going to come later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because people are like, oh, they tricked us. They skipped it.
No, you don't know that.
Yeah. Like, they're definitely setting up a lot for the small folk to turn against them.
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
Well, that's what happens when people knee jerk. Oh, knee jerk.
And that's a good segue to go ahead, Becks.
Oh, I was gonna say, there's the knee jerk with the rat catchers, but then there's also dealing with blockade and like paying people like you'll cue the hammer.
Yeah, when he was like, we don't got no food.
Yeah. So, so you have two levels of small folk.
Mm-hmm.
Discontent.
Yeah. And they are about to split into it's almost about to be like gangs in New York out here in King's Landing. Some shit is gonna be going down.
You know, it reminds me of who threw poops on me? Who threw poops on me?
It's about to be another damn riot because some random person is going to be drunk. It should be, because the reason that, like Otto said, they just put all his hard work in the fire.
Oh gosh!
Is you took and hung every rat catcher in Flea Bottom. How on earth did you not think that would get a knee-jerk reaction from the small folk? Just like they're doing this shit. You just bought your allegiance.
And in the book,
that quick.
And in the book, it's like 100 of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just like 6 of them, and they could like hide it away, but it was like 100 of them. And
well, I just think that it's really silly that he just didn't wait until after he identified the fucking rat catchers. Like, get all the rat catchers that work in the building, line them up. Who is it? Him? Bet.
Yeah.
Say less.
Or even like, why didn't they get blood to identify him? Why, didn't they maybe think of get Haelena? Like, even ask her if she was going to be able to point
like, here, stand up here, look down. Is that the guy? Is that the person?
Wait.
Okay, say less.
Hold on.
Go back into your room.
Is that again? I think is the behind the scenes chaos that Sir Firefly of House Foots is doing. Because do you see how quickly that man started talking? As soon as
I would have talked too. At this point, there's no point. There's no point. You're gonna die. You had the head of the heir's head in your bag. You're dead.
Hold on. That's not the point I was getting at. He said he told them later that they had to kill all of the rat catchers because the one guy that they got that used to be on the city guard could not identify the other person that he worked with. That was a straight up lie. Is what I'm saying, because he started talking.
Well, he just said he didn't know his name.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said he didn't know his name.
But he didn't say he couldn't identify him. He just didn't know his given name.
Yeah.
I am sure I heard him say something about identifying. But even with that, though, it's still really fucked up because you could have just taken this man outside, pulled everybody into the lineup.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So all these people, again, innocent sons, husbands, depend on them, their families.
Yeah. Swinging in front of the gates.
Yeah. Well, and it was Aegon's show of force.
And it was stupid. It was dumb.
Chaotic. And you have to imagine between Larys and, Sir Sidepiece. So someone said that in the chat. I can't remember who, but wait, what was the other one?
Sir Hunch and Munch. It will never not be funny.
Yeah. How much are they? Well, obviously Larys is giving him, and it was probably Larys. He's just like, do it all, because he's thank you. Yeah.
The hardest because he knows he done fucked up and going to the extreme, and also just like how we saw Lord Foots was trying to get in ear last episode. Now Crispy is there, and like the boy said, he called it right. This hand is about to be an iron bladed fist against all these people. He's not going to tell me no, that I can't do what I want to do.
Because now he's in the act of penance. Now he's going to do whatever he can. He's going to make a show of everything he does because he got to prove. He's got to, I fucked up once. I'm not going to, technically twice. I fucked up really bad once. So I'm not going to do it again. So now I'm going to show you what I can do.
So can we talk about the actual Otto firing scene?
Oh my God. That Otto was pissed.
And what did Sir Kristen do?
It was just so full of God, you.
This motherfucker. He said, see, he put Otto into a Tyrion mindset right here. He said, "Yo, watch how you're talking to the king, motherfucker. First of all, you shut the fuck up. Don't say shit to me, you bitch ass."
I just slapped the king. Did my hand fall? Do my hand fall from my arm?
That is my grandson I'm talking to, and he's being a fucking idiot right now.
Exactly like Sir.
I want to say, bitch.
Come on, put your back into it. Yeah. Put your back into it. Otto was just through this entire episode.
You tell me, of all people, and I felt Otto there, and he did pull the classic movies, and well, give him your pin, take it off, or blah blah blah, and he's halfway out the door. You're being fired.
You're dismissed.
Yeah, dog, he's already gone.
I already quit.
It's already the door. It's so funny how mad this man was, and at this point I would have been walked away. Every single move that he made that would help the green side, that they undid systematically. They undid every single thing, and he's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? Disrespectfully, you got to be dumb, right?" And he was like, "Well, my dad said that I could be on the throne." Really? I would have told him, the only reason you're on the throne is because we put you there.
Yeah. And it's like, well, he made me king. And he's like, is that what you think?
It wasn't even is that what you think? It's that he laughed at him.
Yeah. He chuckled. Oh, yeah.
Chuckled.
I thought that was the greatest chef's kiss Otto scene ever. He just laughed at him and said, "Oh, is that what you think? That's what your mama got you believing? Because I know better."
You set yourself up for that, Otto. You did. You set yourself up for it by not preparing him.
Y'all wanted this boy to be on the throne, but y'all didn't find the means to train him. Can he even handle having a sword with the history and the power that Blackfire has?
No.
I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
Oh, but he was so good in that scene.
He was.
Oh,
Kudos.
it was. Yeah, it was such a. It's like the only time I've liked Otto.
Me too. That's what I said too. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Don't have me backing him like right now.
I know.
Are you serious? I'm like, go, Otto, go.
Give Otto a little bit of depth. Like, yo, go and brush your shoulders off, pop your collar on that.
Bruh. He's like, I don't even want to be here. He's like, not only am I leaving, I'm going to Old Town. I'm getting the fuck out of here. You already got a son. We already got a spare. I don't want to be here no more. I'd rather be with him training because he's going to fuck it up. And I got to go.
Okay, wait.
like he's on like plan B
hold
and
on.
C now.
That's what I'm saying. Sidebar when he has this conversation, because a lot of us were asking, where the baby at? Because there is another son that was supposed to be there, but since they have chosen to not show that son, we get a mention of him here. Well, you still have another son at what is that, at the High Tower. Maybe he'll probably be more moldable to teachings and better policies and whatnot. And I think that Daron, and it's not just me, even there's a few people I've seen talking about this. They think that Daron is actually Crispy's kid, and they have to hide him away at the High Tower because he has Crispy's color hair. And that's
I'm trying to see if they even casted this person. I don't think they have.
No,
they may not. He may not end up coming in until season 3.
So I will definitely. Yeah, we might not see him this season because, like, I think Otto. I think we might not see Otto for the rest of the season.
I just wish I had a timeline. That would make me feel better.
I will say,
side quest,
like, because how are we getting to like book stuff?
Yes, we always go full spoilers.
Okay, because I'll have to look, but I don't think. I think in the book, like this 4th kid, like I don't think it's like a question of.
Yeah, he's definitely.
I mean, like they could do it. I'm also of the opinion like that this affair didn't start until. If it was before Viserys died, it was like right before he died. I don't think it was. That's my opinion. I know a lot of people disagree with that, but I don't like. I think I think it was building up to it, but I don't think that because like why would she say like this can't happen again? Like once the king is dead, because like that first time, like the no. It's like, well, this can't happen again. And it's like, well, this had been going on for years. Like, why say that? I mean, it's fun. It's a fun theory.
Or it could be that there's something wrong with him.
No, I think he was just like, it's what they do with like the youngest sons. They send them to be wards somewhere. Or I thought he was at the Citadel.
I think. Hold on a second. I just read it. I literally.
I mean, he might like they said the High Tower or like like.
He said Old Town, or did he?
Well, I mean, the Citadel's in Old. Like I thought from the books that he was at.
He's in Old Town. He's at Old Town. And he's a squire and cupbearer to Ormond High Tower.
Yeah, he's a ward, which is like a very common thing to do. But I mean, we'll see if he shows up with dark hair. I will.
Yeah.
My words, I'm not going to eat anything foreign.
The only thing
I'm not going to eat my shoe.
The only thing that the reason I said that is because of Allison's face when he mentioned him. She went, like, and I'm like, what's that face?
Wait, and I thought it was like my joke was like, oh, she remembered she had another child.
I'm like, man, what is that face for?
Wait, who? Well, or like, but I think it was. I mean, again, mundane over. Like, it's like, oh, we're gonna start this over again. And it's like because we failed with like the first 2.
Yeah, I know she's tired. Like, I know she's tired.
It's like, oh, like,
I know she's tired. Yeah.
Damon took out a future or probably waiting to happen. I could see. I actually could see the merit in that.
Yeah,
but however, he still took out the wrong
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was done in a very cruel manner. You know, like I don't know what. Yeah, it was cruel. It was also messy.
Yeah.
And quirky. Although I do have to say, like, what did you two think about? Again, kind of going back to the books. Like, obviously, it wasn't as over the top as it is in the books, which I was kind of okay with.
I heard. No, go ahead.
No, I liked how they did it. It would have been. I do understand what everyone's saying. It would have been a bit more impactful if they did have Maelor in that scene.
Oh,
However,
well, I meant like the over the top cruelty.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
the way they worded it here, they couldn't put in that extra, choose which son, because that's what made it really deep. Because she tries to choose the younger son, but then
there were also like threats of sexual violence, and and like some theorized that like they probably were sexual, like like Allison and Haelena in the book were possibly sexually assaulted in that scene. Like, it was.
Yeah, I didn't feel the need to see that.
Yeah. Oh, and I really liked it. Like, kind of like Hitchcockian. Like, as soon as like it started happening, like we just like
all you heard was stuff.
Haelena, and
like
we
just hear stuff,
and we hear things, and just we follow her, the terror in her aftermath. And then I also really like that on the flip side, we got this amazing fight with our twins.
Well, okay, hold on. Before we get there,
yeah,
did we see? I don't think they said.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
Whatever happened,
they cut away. Rhaenyra had asked her, and then the next thing we see, she's walking. She's walking down the thing.
Oh,
she mentions it.
Yeah, I don't think she.
But
when she does, the camera pans back, and that is when you see Mysaria like completely almost clam up, and the look on her face changes. So whatever happened, it was very traumatic, I think.
Yeah, I mean, like, she was a slave, and like she probably was wearing like collars, and like this is something I like saw like heard on another stream. It's like but then again, I need to go back because she's always wearing something.
She's always wearing something. Okay, before we go too far, back to the blood and cheese in the books. Once I heard from that man himself that the book had unreliable narrators, I took that with a grain of salt. I understood like the beats of what was going to happen, but as people getting all detailed information with it, I'm like, that stuff can change simply because of how he worded that. How was anybody supposed to know when they weren't there? So I'm like, okay, I'm okay with that.
Well, like
that may be okay with the changes.
I mean, like we do have like the fact that like Haelena and Allison like lived through it, so like they're still. But again, it's written by maesters and who are like like the high towers are like the biggest
exactly,
and like it still could be like high tower PR.
That's what I think it is, because I was telling people, I made it like a little TikTok about it because people were like, well, it's not like it in the book. I was like, you guys have to understand the difference between battles and wars. The entire war is like whose bloodline ended on the throne, who created Daenerys Targaryen. That's who's the winner of the war. Now, there's different types of battles, but one battle that's always fought is the Battle of the Word, and who has grip on that? Those the High Towers. So everything written in there is going to be in making the High Towers look like, or making the high tower side of the crown look like they've done nothing wrong, that they're just trying to defend themselves. So I get that the victors always write the history. So I'm like, I understand why they made it seem like, oh my god, they tore off his crown and they kicked that.
Even when you read the World of Ice and Fire and they go through all the Targaryen kings, like Rhaenyra is nowhere.
Nope, she is a princess and everything.
She's a princess, and like they talk about the Dance of the Dragons.
They specifically labeled her a princess on purpose.
Yeah, and the maesters like completely ignore the
Yep.
They have their own narrative, which again, just random sidebar. Honestly, I'm surprised. I think this is our first sidebar tangent of the stream, and it never usually takes this long. But when it comes to these maesters, and I say what you want about Barbie Dustin for talking to Game of Thrones folks here. Barbie with Dustin. She hates the Maesters. And she's very convinced there is a conspiracy against her that the Maesters told her side piece's dad to marry him off to somebody else. And she's been salty about it ever since. And she's not wrong by calling them gray rats, because these assholes have been pushing their agenda from the freaking Dawn Age when they got to Westeros. And if you look at how connected they are, there's a spy in every High Lord household, at least one, that reports back to them. They control the communications. That's why we always saw Maester Lewin sending the Ravens. They control the education of the younger royals coming up. Again, Septim Ordain, Lewin, all of them are training the kids of these High Lords, so they can say whatever they want to say. Whatever the narrative is, that's what is given.
It's the Grand Maester conspiracy.
Yeah. And so a lot of people are new to that and will never even know that if they don't read the books. They will never know or understand it if they don't read the books.
They'll find out because there's streamers like us that always
well, that's the thing. They'll find out from us, but they will. If some people who don't watch stuff, people who don't do stuff like this, they just watch the show, they will never find out unless they go to the source material and read themselves.
And I don't think that they're going to give much to the Maesters in this particular story. You know,
they're not needed. They're really not needed for.
Like they're for like communication. Like
I feel like after they would do, they would be there.
And also like, because this is still like the height of like the Targaryen power. So like Maesters, like they're not fighting against the Targaryen, like, you know, use of magic and dragons. And I mean, like they're chipping away. If you believe the Grand Maester conspiracy, like, and I'm not doing it any justice, is basically saying like the Maesters, they're like science and knowledge and whatnot. They want to get rid of all the magic in the world and like kind of deny all the magic, even though, you know, like obviously they're Maesters in the books.
They control it.
Yeah.
Just like D&D did with season 8. Take all the magic out of it.
Yep. We do not speak that travesty.
I said what I said.
Be those two dumb bitches that.
Yes, two dumb. Yes, ma'am.
Well,
they are the two divas of the realm right now.
Trash.
But also Crispian and Aemon too. Like,
oh my gosh, buddies.
They're going to be like
the Three Musketeers.
All awful.
Yes.
Like they're gonna.
Rat boys.
Come on.
Accurate.
Come on. Like,
yeah, Sir Crispy, nice guy. And
listen, listen, the way he was hot, fiery mad, I will never, like, that is my favorite part. Every time I watch a reactor get to that part, they're like, he is out here flipping his shit. And I'm like, yes, he is. He's so pissed.
I mean, why do you have to destroy your daddy's Lego set though? Like that
I was mad. That took a long time. That's disrespectful.
Literally his whole lifetime, and it still wasn't finished.
And you know, do you think it was like his ire was really set on that, or it was just like that was in the way of his ire? It
was just there because he's a toddler. He's got to throw something. You know how you have little kids, they be having this piece of paper, and you're like, oh, let me see that paper, and they know you want it, so they ball it up and throw it. That.
There's also a little bit of it, you know, like Viserys cared more about that model.
True.
Than he did his children. Sorry, I can't hear you very well, so I don't mean to be talking over you.
No, you're totally fine. It's the ridiculous technical difficulties we've been having, and I've been trying to fix it. It worked last night just fine for everybody that was in.
Did you celebrate? Is that what happened? Did you celebrate?
Maybe. I told you.
You should stop that.
You know what? I'm putting.
Don't celebrate.
Minutes on.
Did you just like, that was so great, I'm just gonna break all of it? I declare war!
I was mad at that line. Like, girl, if you don't get out here and declare war, the war has started. You killed somebody.
Bruh. The diva that he is, again, Tywin, anyone that has to call themselves king is no king. and you, little boy, are literally running around here playing at war. How you going to sanction a war that's already been on and popping? Huh? How is it, again, the small folk of King's Landing, they get on my nerves. I have a hard time actually supporting them in anything because everybody's all up in arms that this little baby died, and they should be. Y'all know how I am with tiny humans. Not saying that they shouldn't be mad, but did they forget? Just like
10 days ago,
there was another princeling who was killed, who is also a kinslayer who spilled blood first, and y'all just ignoring that shit.
Yeah.
But that's also a little bit of the fact that, I mean, at least in King's Landing, like the high towers can control so much, and then there is a little bit on Team Black they didn't capitalize.
They didn't. I'm surprised if anybody in King's Landing would have even known that, because they probably would have kept it under wraps.
Yeah.
What? That's
would have known that. They would have known.
Like that Luke had died.
Yeah.
It's I don't know why it just popped into my head, but it's literally like Auntie that was played by the late great Tina Turner, rest in peace, ma'am. In Thunderdome.
Angela Bassett? Wait, Tina Turner? Like you just said, who played Tina Turner? And it's like that was
Tina Turner was in Mad Max.
No, that Tina Turner was in Mad Max.
Sorry. I thought you meant like love got to do with it, which is like the most amazing like biopic. I'm like, I can't hear AK. I'm sorry.
No, it is not your fault. And again, this is why I decided to have my friends on when we talk about these shows, because y'all already know Meeks be cracking this up, but I always love these extra voices coming in because we get perspectives and little tidbits like that.
I knew what you were talking about.
They run Old Town just like Master Blaster runs the underground of Bartertown in Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. And if you're too old to have, you're too young, excuse me, to have seen that movie, go Google it and watch it, because Tina Turner is everything.
Tina Turner, like when my brother and I like saw that on cable, and it was like right around the same time like Tina Turner was having her resurgence. So this is like me, like what was that, like 1984? So this was like 6-year-old little me, and we're like watching on cable. We're like, oh my god! And then like, and my mom had like Private Dancer on cassette.
Cassette.
And listened to, like, my mom listened to a lot of soft rock, and I'd be in my mom's station wagon, and a lot of Tina Turner on that soft rock station in the 80s.
I can't even remember the last time I said a word that was station.
AK, there's a comment from Kim. I wonder what they plan on doing with this mess that they made with Laenor and Sea Smoke. Me too. I want to know. I want to know as well.
Okay.
Well,
see, these comments. Okay, so here's my thoughts on that. StreamYard. I'm sorry, they are messing with my mouse movements now too.
Wow.
Yeah. Let me fix. Go ahead, Becks or Meeks.
Oh, okay. Because I'm a little confused as what they're going to do, because Sea Smoke was flying around Adam while he was like shucking for clams and stuff. I get that. I'm just like, so how does this going to work when your rider ain't technically dead?
That part. They see that was my question, and we did talk about it a little bit while we were watching the stream, because I was explaining to Daphne why those two brothers are significant, and if we know now that Laenor is still alive, so they have to address that, because a dragon does not have two riders at the same time.
So I have two thoughts. Like my dumb one that, like, you know, is kind of a Deus Ex Machina. Like, they're just gonna, like, there is a very big possibility that Laenor is dead, because, like, not from like
like off-screen death.
Yeah, off-screen death, which, you know, that's an easy dumb explanation. But the other one, because, like, I don't know if in world they've like in the show world, like either this show or in Game of Thrones that they really explain the whole like dragon rider relationship and that like one like
No,
there's only one at a time. But then also it's like, you know, at this point, how many years has it been since Laenor's been gone? It's easily been 5 years. And at some point it's kind of like, my rider ain't coming back. You know, like at some point, like, does the connection get lost? Like, I don't think they're gonna get into all of that. Is really like my like short answer. It's like I don't think.
My thoughts. I don't know. My thought on it was, since they ended with Laenor where they did, I knew these two brothers were coming because they are a big part of the story. I figured he was going to be one of them coming back in some type of disguise that no one would recognize him in, at least no one that was super current. But you know, he could hide some way, kind of how, and then make his way back in there with Sea Smoke, and then this is where Auntie Nisi and Uncle C find out that he was still alive. Stop blaming Rhaenyra for that.
AK, I'm gonna make a beautiful tinfoil hat for you.
I have one. I don't do tinfoil Thursdays anymore. I haven't in a few years. We literally used to have tinfoil hats. We made them. I shaped mine in the shape of a fedora. That my other ladies, they had one like one with the flower on it, Monero, T Baby, like this was a thing, and we would always wear those tinfoils when we came up with these crazy theories. And it is a long shot. I get that.
Yeah.
But from what we know, from actually, well, no, I guess it counts as supplementary information. The histories and lore. When one of these battles was going on and a dragon rider was killed, I don't remember which Targaryen lady it was, but her son had seen it, and then he tried to hurry up and jump on the dragon so he could command him to go back and do like fire sweep. But the dragon purposely rolled until that boy fell off, because he was not going to take another rider without the other without his first rider being taken out of the game.
Well,
so
and then we have something coming up later in the story. Like, I mean, I don't know if it's going to end up in the show, but like with baby Joffrey.
Yeah.
Well, what
they said, he already does have his dragon.
Well, no, not baby baby Joffrey, like the third of the strong boys.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like basically what happens to him is that he tries to get on Rhaenyra's dragon.
Yeah, and okay. So I couldn't remember which one it was. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Cyrax, Cyrax took him off because
Cyrax, thank you.
There, the connection was still there with Rhaenyra,
right?
For that moment, I think it takes a bit after after they die to break the connection, and all I need to do is say that they don't even really have to show me. I will take it. If comes era that Laenor's dead, it makes sense for seek out another writer.
Right, even that like Laenor has been gone. I mean, I don't know how long it's been, but let's say it's been at least 4 years.
At least 4 years.
Yeah, based on like the ages of like the little
kids.
Yeah, like you know, at some point, you know, in like some state, like you know, it's like child abandonment. It's like, you know, some states like once like it's 90 days, like you lose all your paternal rights.
Yeah, I'm looking to see how they explain this. I'm gonna wait because I don't know, because like I said, the information that we're getting is from the lore, and right now that book is so I'm just gonna wait to see what they do, and if I like it, I'm gonna like it. If not, I'm gonna tell you.
Right. Yeah. See, the one thing that I have held fast on from the beginning with how we saw the timelines going from last season and into this now is George has said in an interview like this is the truest version of the things that have actually happened. So yes, that doesn't mean we get rid of the book lore completely. No,
right?
This is the amended the appendices to put more things into context.
Yeah,
that's how I'm viewing it. So and also, hey Santi, good to see you, sis. Thanks for
coming. Oh hey.
Yeah, hold on, wait. I think another new. Kim. Hello, welcome. I love that profile. So yeah, all I need for them is to let me know
Like
that
just
Raina
like
is-
one small explanation, like whether or not it's like
What are we doing? Just tell us what you are doing.
Yeah, because at some point, like you know, we're gonna get Adam as a dragon rider, and like, can I go on about like how hot Adam
Yeah,
is?
continue.
I
Yes, you
mean,
can.
how smooth
Yes.
his skin.
they
Okay,
took
let the record be known. Y'all know I'm a lady loving lady, but again, you can go back for proof. Me and Daphne and Tanisha were absolutely saying that he looks chocolatey and delicious.
Delicious.
I appreciate all of the things in this world aesthetically. I'm not throwing a bone, but the boy is pretty.
Yeah, they took Sir Daddy away from me.
And they gave us something else. I appreciate that.
Like, thank you.
Yeah, I do like Alan being thick. My guy is thick. He's a thick baby.
That's why I think they heard y'all's complaints.
Yes.
Ladies, because you didn't get Sir Breakbacks, but now you got these two fine brothers over here coming back looking strong.
Definitely. SKRO. SKRONG.
He felt some need to go over there and find Adam. So I want to see that little side quest backstory. Please and thank you, HBO.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely, again, like now that we're like, I'm clear to talk about spoilers, I cannot wait for two things. Like, I can't wait for like the Dragon Seed plot to but I'm also like heartbroken that we're not going to get Nettles.
I think we are, just not right now.
But I think they're going to give the story to Raina.
I don't know. I haven't. I heard somebody mention that, but I haven't seen anything from somebody. Yeah, I'm like, I've heard somebody mention that, but I haven't seen production say that. So I'm just waiting for production to tell me that. But
yeah, I mean,
there is that picture that Meeks showed last night. And it does show. I don't think it was all of them, but it showed.
It was like the 3 men. It was Adam and Hugh and
then it was a lady right in the middle of it. It was like a brown lady with like big curly hair, right in the middle of them. And then there was another blonde one in the back.
Yeah, like whatever the white. But I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was a white haired lady, and it was Hugh. And then it was Adam, and then it was another black lady, and then it was another white hair guy, just in a row on top with production standing there.
I haven't seen that picture, so
hold on a second. Let me see if I can find it.
I'll pull it up for Becks to see, and then for folks that weren't with us last night, you guys to see what we're talking about. So I think it is highly possible that they have already cast Nettles, but because she's a very pivotal character, I don't see how they can put her out and combine it with Raina. It would not make sense.
I agree, it won't make sense, but it's like basically we've taken Raina almost entirely off the board until
it's in chat.
Okay, I got you.
You know, like that's the problem. And then like they've already set up with Raina
and Bela. Also, can we while I'm pulling this link up?
You better talk to your man, bitch.
Talk about that little thing. Look again, and we've been saying this from day one with Bela and Raina and Luke and Jace. These kids they fucks with each other like that. They always had each other's back, even from when they were kids. So to come up now and then to see how easily Bela is navigating this with Jace and helping him through his grief and whatnot, dude, it's freaking phenomenal, and I love it.
Yeah. That scene, and I really like. I know Bela is going to like get a pretty like hefty role, hefty. I mean, like she's gonna be like a strong like level 2 character, and I can't wait for it. Like,
I'm excited.
And like Moon Dancer, I think is like my favorite drag.
Moon Dancer is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, like I like all the dragons, but so my other theory about the photo that you guys just like this photo is it could be all the potential dragon riders.
That's what I'm thinking.
Lining up.
Yeah,
you know, where because the woman that you're talking about, she looks like she might be a little too old to be Nettles.
Well, they aged everybody else up. So unless they were uncomfortable, like they did age everybody else up.
It looks like she's like in her 20s, where, you know,
isn't Damon in like his 40s, early 40s?
I mean,
40s, I think.
I mean, he could be, but like, I don't know. I see some benefit. Like, I don't want them to consolidate characters, but I understand the necessity to, and I can understand, like,
yeah,
you know, like there's like some later story stuff that doesn't make sense with because like Raina,
Diddy,
yeah, you know, but
Peter Griffin was good.
Yeah, there is one behind, you know, the other guy. But yeah, like that woman in front is, you know, but there's definitely sorry.
No, I would say no. It's possible that she is Nettles, but we don't know. However, if I'm remembering correctly, we do know that. I think we can deduce, anyways, that Nettles originally, how everything was, is she was the only person of color that was in that. If I'm remembering correctly, I do believe she was to be some type of ish, I think, but I could be misremembering that.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know if they ever really describe Hugh the Hammer and Off the White. Like, I don't remember. I mean, they definitely weren't men of color, but I don't think they were like very starkly like Targaryens. You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure when I saw a discussion about Hugh, they were saying like the giveaway that was him was his like almost silver Targaryen hair. Keep to that. How they did the actual way.
Well, like in the show, but like was that described in the book? I don't remember that.
It was. It could also be the history and lores that
were
there, and not necessarily the book. So yeah, highly possible. I mean, honestly, every last one of those folks are suspect as dragon seeds. Because if you know the material, it's very easy to try to call yourself a dragon seed if you have Valyrian type features.
Right. Well, and then you know, and like so many people like.
Yeah, I agree with this. Her being aged up would make sense to me.
But I mean, I think it's like okay if she's still like in the age of like, well, I guess it depends on what you think her relationship to Damon actually is.
Yeah.
You know, like where it's like, you know, if it's like if she's like around like Bela's age, that makes sense. Like
right.
Because I'm of the opinion that Nettles is, you know, that Nettles is his daughter.
Agreed.
So, you know, like maybe like around that age.
I miss being in the age of HBO spoilers where I could find scripts. I just want to know where we're going.
Well, okay, so are we gonna like skip? We are skipping over the whole like, you know, where Corlys presents Adam and Alan as Laenor's kids.
Wait, hold on. Yes. Okay. So for the book comparison of this portion of the sequence with Uncle C, Adam and Alan, and it's been shown already, they are brothers, and they are portrayed as being Laenor's bastards in the book. But here, judging from how
the conversation,
they're 35 years old.
They're me.
I'm sorry.
And even in the book, it is speculated that it could have been a cover up, and I think they're showing that here very blatantly that those are Corliss's bastards.
Yeah, I think it's like pretty well accepted, even in the book, that they're Corliss, like they're Corliss kids, Corliss's kids.
Another reason, which is another reason to make me think that's why Sea Smoke could easily like suss him out, because I feel like the way these people connect with their dragons, it's a lot deeper than skin changing or warging. It's I mean, you know, they say they're blood of the dragon, and I think that's for a reason. That's for another tinfoil stream.
Sure.
On another. So
Sea Smoke, let me come on that stream.
Absolutely. I will mark you down right now. As soon as I saw Sea Smoke, that's what started the wheels turning. Because it would have been a great opportunity to have Laenor come back in disguise, but they're not doing that, obviously. So they need to show me something that says Laenor's dead and Sea Smoke,
or that there's like something because Laenor's been gone for so long that like Sea Smoke is considered wireless.
Something like that. Something.
I'm banking on a missive being sent to him and being like, you got this letter that somebody said somebody had died. And that's why we see the dragon like, you know, like, they can always a perfectly timed note like here.
Yeah, it's like, hey, Sea Smoke, here's the certificate of death.
Yeah, fly it up and drop it.
Or just basically like see Laenor like, I you know.
I'll be dead.
I waive my right. my paternal right.
Not even to Sea Smoke, but a message or something is sent to specifically Auntie Nisi or Uncle C from the first Sea Lord of Bravos, who we saw Damon and Lena kicking it with for a little bit last season. I'm pretty sure that's who that was. So
I think so.
I think would know that Lena had a twin, and if he was to seek out some type of allies, I'm pretty sure Laenor is savvy enough and was close enough to his sister to know about her travels, and he could have gotten help from them. But then something happened, and the Sea Lord's like, "Well, shit."
Well, I will say, I think
maybe he sends a raven. What happened?
I think Laenor is smart enough, considering like what they pulled off,
to get him out of there.
Not going to be going to people and be like, hey, guess what? I'm you know, hiding out, but I'm secretly like, you know.
No, I agree. He's not going to go to any random person, but the Sea Lord of Bravos.
Yeah, but like the Sea Lord of Bravos changes, so like they like come in and out of power. Like I think even like, you know, going to a Sea Lord of Bravos is like pretty dangerous.
I do have a question. When he left, did he say he was going over there to meet somebody, or he was just going over there?
There was a fight happening, and like he wanted to go to battle because that's the only thing he thought he was good at. Because that was like his last boyfriend. Like he got like all in his head, like, oh, there's this battle happening, and that last big like fight, not a fight, but like the last.
Because I remember him saying that he wanted to be on a boat somewhere. Like he wanted to like he tried to get Rhaenyra to get on the boat, and she was like,
"Oh, no."
I remember that, and then they were like, "We have to get out of here." But she was like, "I can't go anywhere because I got shit to do."
That was crispy.
Okay, no, I'm talking about like with the kids.
No, Laenor. Oh, I don't remember that.
Because I remember him saying that he didn't want to be here. Like he wanted to go.
Laenor wanted to go fight in this war. Okay. Like he wanted to go fight. Like he wasn't like trying to drag them away. He wanted to go. And like she was a little bit like, you dumb shit. You can't do that.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
but
the fighting part of it all, I don't remember seeing in the show.
Oh, so he was in the show because he was talking about, because it was definitely like the new boyfriend. And he was
that's what I was thinking. Like, what's this lady?
Hiroshi, like pirate, who you like dyed his beard purple and dressed like a woman. So
I thought they did to get away from all of the bullshit. Like he was tired.
I don't think it was. I think it was like for him to go fight because like he basically was like, I want to go to war, and he wasn't gonna like bring his heir to the throne wife and the kids.
wanted to be free of all those responsibilities,
Mm.
and Rhaenyra go and orchestrated it so no one would come looking for him.
Well, yeah, that's what they ended up doing.
Wrong though.
But I don't remember him being like, let's all go and go on a ship and fight this like Tyroshi pirate.
I remember him saying, I just wanted to get the fuck away from here because everybody is crazy.
He wants to go. He wants to go. I don't think he was wanting to bring the kids and like Rhaenyra with him. I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It was just to get away from all this bullshit.
But it was also because like there was fighting happening, and he was like, I'm a warrior. Because it's how he initially distinguished himself.
Hold on.
Thank you.
Even in the comments, there people are going back and forth.
Give me a petty moment. Let me have a petty moment real quick. If he was actually leaving for a battle and he was ready to throw hands or swords, whatever, why the fuck didn't you teach these two kids to fight? And that's something we brought out last season too. Y'all, they had like
surrounded by warriors, nobody taught him how to fight.
Yeah,
surrounded. Damon, Breakbones.
Okay. Lenore,
they still were pretty young.
5 points from Hufflepuff for that. Now he knows he has training. He knows what the etiquette is supposed to be. So no, he doesn't get a pass on that from me.
No. So, but I will say, he was just lost in that court. Like, he basically was like, all right, I'm here. I'm basically married to my beard. And like, he basically spent his time like getting drunk.
Hey, Busy, I know you. I was like, is that who I think it is? I follow this channel.
Okay. Oh, there's a channel. Okay.
But
do feel to drop your link. We will approve. Hello, and thank you for coming to chat with us with these Dragon Street shenanigans. Appreciate you.
And not to call you out or anything, but I was like, hey.
Well, no, I noticed it. Yeah, I always try to shout out new folks, and I'd never seen that name. So yeah, I definitely wanted to pull that out there.
I just think I think Lenore was probably very like ostracized at court, and like he just didn't want to be involved. I mean, like in the book, he was a lush and just kind of worthless.
Oh my god! Wait! What was he, Renly?
Well, Renly was good, and Renly was involved. He was just doing what he needed to do, and he was also like dunking he was dunking.
I'm sorry. You said Renly was good?
No, I said he was good like fighting.
Oh no, but he wasn't.
I thought he was.
No. Renly was only good at like dressing up and having the appearance like
he was a good fighter. Okay.
No, he was. Yeah, he was.
No, he looked like he was a good fighter, but he was just like, okay.
Yeah. No, Renly was all flash. And
they're not like good, like he was a good person. No, I don't want to say that.
Oh no. But even like he wasn't a good fighter.
Do that. No,
he wasn't. Okay. Renly Baratheon. Like I don't know if there's still anybody more that I hate. Renly fucking Baratheon.
Okay, put a pin in that. That's another day. And trust me, I've been having a show idea for a while now. Becks, for real, write that down so we don't forget, and we'll pull that up on a random series that I did start many moons ago with the boy John B. Crazy. Did they deserve it? Westerosi edition. So stay tuned for that. I might pull that back out the woodwork.
So I will also just say really quick, my all-time favorite character of this story is Stannis Baratheon.
Oh, poor baby.
Who don't love Stannis though?
I didn't love him when he burnt his daughter.
Don't love Stannis.
I stopped loving him when he burnt his daughter. I did.
Yeah, you can see that. Mm-hmm.
And then he came back, and that red woman was gone, and he was sad.
I'm solely booked Stannis.
Nope. We are not going to go into that side.
We're not. Sorry.
Chat room. Tell them to calm down. That's a whole
pineapples. Pineapples.
Pineapple.
Is that the safe word, pineapple?
For those of y'all, okay, see, you got it automatically. For those of y'all that are maybe too young to know that joke, that's our safe word on anything that comes up. Okay, pineapples.
I'm on board.
All right, so we have talked about some of the greens. We've talked about some of the reds, and our queen reading Damon for filth, which he deserved. We started in on it, but then we went on a tangent, so I'm gonna bring it back now. Once again, Eve Beth and Steve Toussaint, let me know why the fuck I love Uncle C and Auntie Rainey.
I love them.
Every time. Can y'all please come to the cookouts? Thank you. We'll make sure we have all of our favorites.
Do you need to be told why you love them? Because, like...
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I love finding new things, too.
It's like reassuring.
And knowing Corliss likes to be a sub.
Son. So, look, okay, see? Here again. Another reason I love them, because, back in season 1, when they was talking about, they random side pieces, and, Auntie Rainey's was like, well, why I enjoy a little something else on the side. She likes to have her 2 pieces and a biscuit.
Come on.
And I fuck the shit out of that. Like, thank you. Live your damn life as a consenting adult. Bring in other consenting adults, and y'all do the motherfucking.
Wait, so I'm sorry. Like, did Rainey say that she had side pieces?
No, they talked about having threesomes together, threesomes that they both enjoyed. Go back and watch. I guarantee. Chat room. Was anybody else watching?
Help me, because
a few times
I missed that.
She had put her glasses back on. Look at that, glasses on.
I can't read anything without my.
She's like, and glasses up, studying.
Exactly. Especially because of that scene while they're in bed.
Thank you, House Lorebridge. Like, I missed it. House Lorebridge. Like,
go. Okay, go back and watch. Ladies. Trust me.
Yeah, no. Like, guide me to like where to watch.
I forget which episode it was, but there's a conversation where it is very, very heavily insinuated that they have threesomes together. And 1, that's just cool shit. And 2, while they're talking about this whole situation, what it ends up being at the crux of it all, Auntie Nisi breaks it down, is Damon cannot allow himself to be ruled by her. It's like he's his own worst enemy.
He is
working the goals he's actually trying to get to. Mm-hmm. And Uncle C's response, this motherfucker says, it's a damn shame that he won't let that happen, because I found it to be quite enjoyable at times. And again, we were saying this last night, like Auntie Nisi and Uncle C, they are the favorite couple of like all of the nieces and nephews in the family. And
they're the best couple in Westeros.
You're guaranteed to see them both walking out of the bathroom at the same time. Uncle C is fixing his belt, making sure the shirt is tucked back in where it's supposed to be. Auntie Nisi is putting up those few strands of hair that fell out from the ponytail. And yeah, I love their dynamic, and I agree, they are the best.
I don't doubt that. I guess there's a little bit, because like in the book lore, like I don't think Rainey's would be like, I think Rainey's is like, and I say this with the most respect, like I don't think Rainey's like will entertain another woman in her she's jealous, and like I'm not saying that in a bad way. So like I have book Rainey's in my head. So if there was alluding to a threesome, I fucking missed it.
Yes, definitely.
I will go back. Like, believe me. This is what I'm going to do tomorrow morning when I wake up. It's like every Corliss Rainey scene. It's like
when you find it,
I'm going to be like, motherfucker.
Tell you, like, I don't pull things out of the.
Oh no! I'm just like I'm shocked that I missed it, because I love
Your cousin
perverted shit.
and
So
her husband are young Rainies and Corliss, then you got some cool ass people in your family, Scott. Congratulations. She said, what would you right here for the freshness? Because again, Auntie Nisi and Uncle C do not make a move without each other. You know, when I move, you move. And I love their dynamic. And I think we see this dynamic because we know, you know, technically you could say she was Auntie Nisi's squire. We've seen how Bela has been acting. Since this whole betrothal happened, Bela is about that fucking business.
As she should be.
Simon, you know what, my queen? I got you. And Rhaenyra straight said, yo, I am depending on you to get these things done. And while you could possibly, if you want to maybe stretch for something to argue about, you could have beef with Rhaenyra on this point. Because she's willing to send Bela out there. But Jace had already offered again. He's taking a cue from Montanisi. Send me.
Are you thinking the same thing I'm thinking, Becks?
I am.
Come on. I feel like I'm thinking it too, but come on, because I was about to give it to me.
She's got to protect the heir to the throne, and she's like, and he's.
I wasn't thinking that.
Oh,
what I was thinking is that she's sending somebody with a level head because Jace will get there and see and go.
Well, and
that's a problem.
I don't know if they've explained it, but I think she's probably a little bit more accomplished as a dragon rider. And, you know, she's showing her skill, but I think it's a combo of all the things.
Yeah, but I think it's most that she can follow instruction and she can understand, like, listen, if you see them come out of the dragon pits or something like that, you can't be fucking around with them. Don't go after them.
But the last time, like, her children were sent out, not come back. You know, so I think it's like being overprotective mommy. But like, but also he's the heir.
Pretty much, yeah.
It could absolutely be protective. Definitely, I feel that too. I'm not
Me
going
too.
Like on that at all.
That's where I went first, and I thought about it.
Bela up there, I think you are exactly correct. She knows that, like, if she would have sent Damon for this shit, we already seen what happens when Damon don't get extremely clear expressions.
Damon's parking that dragon on top of somebody.
And she specifically said, I am counting on you, and Bela did not miss a beat. She, first of all, again, this woman has all traces of her mom, because, you know, she comes down, Damon's walking out all heated because he got told about himself and he deserved it. And she looks at him like, father, and this motherfucker just keeps walking. So she's like, you know what? Let me go see my queen, my mommy-in-law, who is the coolest, and find out what's going down. And she gets this important assignment, and Rhaenyra specifically says, yo, I am counting on you. And you know what? Again, this literally is her squire. She is prepping both her son and helping to continue the education of this young woman.
Well, no, Bela was with Rhaenys. Bela was like Rhaenys' squire or ward.
Well, no, growing up, yes, at that time, but I'm talking about right now.
Oh, no. Sorry.
Where that training is over, and Rhaenyra tells her in that meeting that they had that she's counting on her, and it didn't click for me, but when Meeks said it fell into place. She's sending her there because she knows Bela will keep a clear head,
a level head, yeah.
Go, and she will gather the information. She will see what's going down. She'll probably maybe go on a side quest, like Rhaenyra said, stay high in the clouds, watch, but don't let them see you. And Bela will
keep your distance.
Had it been Jace, she knows that Jace is hella in his feelings right now, and you know he got a little bit of his daddy in him, and we know how Sir Breakbacks was, so he can't completely trust him. Yeah, I said what I said. You can't completely trust him to go out there and follow the instructions. He'll get in his emotions, and that's going to end up being a whole other Damon situation all over again.
Well, I guess
because she knows Bela can handle it.
Yeah. Well,
down that I think will pull Bela into the fight, and we've seen nodes of it in the season trailer.
But
I'm just looking at make it happen.
One thing I'll say though, I don't disagree with you. I think like it's the smarter decision on many levels, but I don't think Jace is the hothead that like Damon or Eamon or you know, like I don't
build the rum BRB.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think Jace is like the, you know, impulsive hothead. Maybe because he's not entirely Targaryen, but
that is true.
You know, where, you know, like, I think that is a little bit of a fear, like, because, like, you know, what if he did see somebody where it's like, oh my God, you know?
I think that he would be watching, and eventually when you're left alone with your thoughts, especially when you're still in the middle of grieving, if you are not able to put a lid and think about what you need to do, I'm just like, I don't trust him to not be angry or have himself down too low that he's not paying attention or somebody can see him. Like, I don't want to put him in there, and I want him to clear his head, because now he just get back. So he's only been back for like
clearly went to fucking the north, like the Erie and the north, and came back in less than like 10 days.
Them dragons is fast. Them dragons is dragging in.
I mean,
them dragons is gone. So I'm like, I don't think he's had proper time to like digest everything.
But also, I think it's like, she's like, no, you need to be by my side. You're part of my council.
No more. I already lost one kid. I don't have time.
Well, like I lost one kid. I'm not going to lose another one just yet. Also, like, you know, you're part of my council. Like, you
keep everybody close.
You're more necessary here. And then I also think like Bela's probably like a little bit more of an experienced dragon rider. Although, like, he obviously was good enough to go
all the way there and there and back,
and to the north and back. God, in 14 days. This like little fingers like magic carpet.
Well, I mean, at least they got a reason now, because in, you know, Game of Thrones, we was trying to figure out what the hell happened the last 3 seasons. How the fastness. So at least we got a reason for the fastness here, because these dragons be dragging.
Well,
it's
that has nothing to do with Littlefinger's fast.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
Little travel services getting.
He has portals. I don't care. He has portals.
No matter physics or time, he has a Doctor Who phone box, TARDIS.
Yeah, magic carpet.
Wherever you need to go.
He's going through. He's coming through walls. Giggity.
Come on. Everyone needs to see you.
Where's the kitty? I feel like y'all gonna be fighting later, because she just clearly yelled at you and said, "Mom, I am not camera ready right now."
Oh,
I don't know if this disrespect.
She doesn't talk to me. She yells at me. Yeah.
Exactly. And we're done. And I'm out. No, thank you. And I'm gone.
Like, no, I'm gonna. She will only drink water if there's like big, massive ice cubes in it. So I'm gonna
refresh her drink.
I'm gonna refresh her drink with ice cubes.
That's funny.
Go on, top it up. We'll be here when you get.
I'm trying to figure out what else is.
Yeah, let me scroll through the chat and see where we are, because we do bounce around a lot, and conversations be conversation in here. Okay, so Cindy says, remember Rhaenys telling Corlys how they both knew Laenor's true nature? Yes, they did. They knew he wasn't trying to be in anybody's punani at all. And Corlys said he'd grow out of it because the best pleasure is betting a woman. And Rhaenys agreed with him on that. So that, yeah, thank you for pulling it up. I will. I'm gonna try to save this so Becks can see it. That was the line that she said, and because Auntie Nisi agreed with him, that's how we knew what was going down in their bed chambers. And for overall, it reminded me of my favorite Green Aja, Alana, in the Wheel of Time, who has not one but 2 warders that she pleases equally every time, so to speak. So I'm here for that. Okay, you're a consenting adult. Do your adult things and have fun. Plain and simple. I'm kind of saying Auntie Ray Ray would run that scene. Exactly. She has always known how to handle Daemon, because again, as soon as Daemon, the question was proposed and the camera panned over to Daemon, it went right back to Auntie Nisi, and she turned her head and gave the most bombastic side eye.
Everybody. If you noticed, everybody was looking. Everybody was like,
Rhaenyra, I think, clocked onto Niecy first, and then she turned her head like, "Motherfucker, what the fuck did you do?"
everybody was staring at him. That was the best part.
And that's the thing with Daemon. While yes, he did say that a mistake was made, he even now in his experience older age cannot see how you have actually hurt her claim, just like her dumbass brother across the way in King's Landing has now hurt his claim for the fuck shit they. So it's interesting when you line up these two stories until they get to the point of convergence during this war. The same things are happening on both sides. I think the only thing that doesn't happen for the Greens that does for the Blacks is the whole Dragon Seed plot. And we're not going to tell you all what that is. You'll just have to keep watching, and we'll talk about it when it comes up in the show.
I done lost what I was going to say. Child, I'm old. I'm like,
Meeks over here talking about she old. I'm older than you now.
Nope. I cannot remember what I was getting ready to say. Hold on. Let me.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Listen,
okay,
just stuck like Chuck.
Team Green sucks. Haelena is awesome. Blood and cheese. Aegon. Correction. Aegon the second is a bitch. Aegon the first and Aegon the third. I mean, low-key Aegon the third kind of has bitch mode tendencies too.
It will come back at 4 a.m. You're correct. It will. I'll be waking up like, damn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
okay, right. 3 a.m. That's why I'm gonna get a text from Meeks because she remembered what she was gonna say. Go ahead, Becks. What's your question?
I was gonna ask. So we're reportedly getting 5 seasons.
That would make sense. Thank God.
Now,
I don't think it's past that.
I mean, I even think 5 seasons might be a lot.
It depends on how they do it. Because now,
it depends on how much of the aftermath, because they've introduced Cregan, and Cregan doesn't come back until
the end.
Until the
at the end.
They wouldn't have given us Cregan unless they were going to give us the Hour of the Wolf. So
that has to be the last season.
That would have to be, I think.
Yeah. So
agreed.
So I'm not gonna
because you're thinking the same thing I'm thinking. You're trying to figure out how much, where are we stopping at this season? Where's the season? The timeline for each season.
So I do have I gotta find it. Hold on. History of Westeros gave a good
timeline.
They gave all the battles.
For those of you guys that have just now come into the fandom that has only ever seen House of the Dragon, Google History of Westeros and check out all of the vids on the YouTube channel. If you want the backstory and all of its functions, they got that knowledge for you. I would also suggest there's a couple discussions that Heidi and Becks have had. Also, you can go to 1000 Eyes and One. They've talked about having back there. There's someone else big that I'm forgetting. Khaleesi Clues. She got that information. Amanda from the Disputed Lands. If you want to know the lore of this world in totality, go check them folks out. Teflon, he was in here earlier. Tony, go check his channel out as well. Feel the Issues guy, Brit 4, all the homies.
So I don't know if it's I don't know if I can share the screen, but
share it and I'll approve.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, click I think it's application window.
Yeah. So, but I don't see it in. It's not coming up for whatever reason.
Is it a website?
No, it's a screenshot that I did, and it's not.
Can you do a share screen? Is a different.
No. It's screen sharing, and I'm screen sharing that this window, but it's not.
It's not liking it.
All right.
Yeah. So, like,
Go ahead.
I mean, it lays out all the. I'll send it to you, and then like next time we can talk about it. But it lays out like all like the quote unquote battles during like the Dance of Dragons, and
Hold
I know
on.
we're getting Rook's this year.
We are, yeah. They're already in the breadcrumbs.
I think we're ending with that. That's what I think we're ending with. I think we're ending
with
that.
I think we're. Well.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like, well, there are 2 Rook's. So,
the first one. Wait, the first one was the Dragon Seeds, right?
No, I think the first one is the one that's gonna break all of our hearts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No spoilers on that one.
Yeah.
Sure.
But
just have your tissues ready.
Yeah.
And
I got to think about this again, because like at some point, like I kind of mapped it out.
Yeah, there's so many events that you're trying to figure out where to place them.
And we're not going to get all of them.
Exactly.
You know, so
hold on. Okay, let me there was a young man that I met a couple years ago at IceFireCon, and he made like the most accurate and longest timeline of all Game of Thrones things. Let me see if I can find his info on the IceFireCon Facebook, and then I'll see if he wants to either come on chat with us or float me that long map that he did, and we can check out all the things on this timeline, because it was a really
because I'm looking at the wiki of Ice and Fire. That's where I usually go, because that usually comes first up in my search, is the wiki of Ice and Fire.
Yeah,
and it has it listed out that way as well.
Right. Okay, Sydney, for what you're saying here, you're mad we didn't get Sarah Snow. I think if she does come into play, and I do believe she will, that we'll just see her not even this season, but in next season, just like we're gonna see the aftermath of what well, not even the aftermath, but just what Cregan is gonna do. I think that's where Sarah Snow is gonna come in. And also another character that has been cast that is kind of a side quest character, but still very big, is Alice Rivers, and that chick got some shit going on. Some shit going.
And we're definitely getting Alice Rivers this season.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
So I know.
I will disagree about Sarah Snow, because we would have had to spend more time in the north. Like, no one's going back to the north this season.
You don't think so? I think for it.
There's somebody going to the Eyrie this season, but it's not going to be Jace. And
wait, no, they already went. No, Jace already went to the Eyrie.
Well, but like Lady Jane has been casted, so like we're going to see, like, their thing was like their conditions, right. Like we will side with you, but you need to bring a dragon up here to protect us.
Right.
So someone's going up there with a dragon.
Right. And my thought on that is when this was happening in the books, they made sure to put Joffrey somewhere where he would be like untouchable, and I think they're going to send him to the Eyrie with his dragon. I can't remember what his dragon's name.
Hold on. Like, I got it. I got my book with my notes, with my handy notes.
Tyraxes?
Tyrax. That sounds right. Tyraxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be Joffrey and Tyraxes that go to the Eyrie.
Okay.
Highly likely.
Yeah, Tyraxes.
They're either by Jace or by what was our guard's name that had quit the small council? That wasn't that him?
Westerling.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So where is Westerling?
What wasn't that him?
No.
It started with a G. It started with a G or something like that.
Yeah,
that wasn't him.
He was not Westerling.
That was somebody else.
Because Westerling has like a very like similar story to like Barristan Selmy, where like yeah. So I don't know what's going on with that.
All right, okay, hold on real quick. Hold on. Okay, so fun to say, and I have beef with Rhaenyra because, girl, why are you at home moisturizing and getting vacation braids when outside is on fire? I mean, I will maintain that she needs to have her time of grief. That is the only thing I will say. And granted, you know, when Damon was talking, you know, last episode with Antonisi, he was saying like, you know, no, we need to go and handle this now. And Antonisi is like, I'm tired. I've been patrolling 90 plus miles of space myself. So go ahead.
The other thing about like Rhaenyra is not. She's not like a battle commander. She's not like, I mean, she's a dragon rider, but she's not quite like she's not a warrior. Like, I mean,
do we know that for certain though?
She's not been trained in combat.
I don't know.
If she had been trained in combat, we would have seen it. Like we would have seen it. Like, and like there's nothing to suggest that she was ever trained in like combat beyond being a dragon rider. Which
she has.
I mean, I feel like she might have been trained in strategy, but not combat itself.
I mean, like, but
that's it.
I think so.
I'll even give you that, because what would she be for, just judging from the moves that she's made, and also, you know, specifically with this episode, we saw all nodes of that when she was trying to school Rhaenyra on how to act in the small council meetings. She Antonisi to me has always just commanded respect in everything that she does, and she's knowledgeable on things that she does. So let's say she didn't actually go into battle at any given time, she still has that training, because one, she has armor, and it irks me to no end that nobody ever thought to give Daenerys fucking armor right in Drogon. So that right there, to me, if you're going to
they didn't even give her a saddle.
You're going to get exactly. That's what I'm saying. So when it comes to a case like Antonisi, to me, and also when you take into consideration who she's married to, I do not have any doubt in my mind that she was trained in combat. She may not be extremely great at it, but she had MaraCharese.
So all right, so like we were talking about Rhaenyra and not Rhaenys. Like Rhaenys, like you're right. Like I think Rhaenys has
she'd be out there.
Yeah, she's obviously out there, but Rhaenyra
is the one that doesn't have
any.
No, okay. So
yeah.
That I'll give you. I thought we were on.
Yeah, I think that she might have been trained in strategy, but not. She doesn't have any like battle. They've been like, hey, if you look here, do this.
Like, I don't even think like Rhaenyra, like either. Like, I mean, Rhaenys, like she's got life experience and all that, and you know, and she's married to
another fighter. Yeah, another fighter.
Yeah, like you know, another commander. Where
to a man who has said and is correct that out of all of the High Lords in Westeros, he is the only one that has built his legacy on his own back, on the sweat of his own brow. He's done that, and he continues to do it. They're not extremely prevalent in once we get to the Game of Thrones era, but House Valerion
is still there
in that timeline, and that I think is specifically because of the moves that Antonisi and Uncle C made.
Yeah.
So, well, when I say that, I think that there was some training, and not with Rhaenyra, I agree, but with Antonisi, she's been patrolling the Gullet. She volunteered herself to do that, so she knows what it is to fight on Dragonback. So that's why I'm saying she has the knowledge to do that.
Yeah, but like I think the original comment was about Rhaenyra.
Okay, I thought it was about Rhaenys. My bad, y'all.
Yeah, no. But it's still like, you know, yeah, like I don't think
Haelena, he is Sir Breakbacks.
I mean he can break my back
all the time, every way,
anytime.
upside down.
Yeah.
I wish nothing but the best in the breakbacketry for my straight distance. I'm here for y'all, okay? Give me the flag, whatever flag it is. I got y'all.
Thank you.
Wait, really quick, because I'm looking at what we have covered already on the timeline, and so far, let me scroll back up to the top. God damn it, we've gone through.
There's some very big plot points that we have to get to.
We've gone through like the council meeting, coronation of Aegon, of course, the Black Council, Rhaenyra's coronation. We have not done anything with Harrenhal.
Not yet. I think we're getting.
We've done the Shipbreakers Bay.
Shipbreakers Bay. Mm-hmm.
We've done Blood and Cheese, and I'm thinking we've done the Green Hand, and so far we've only skipped over 2 events as they're listed here, timeline wise.
What are the 2 events?
Events.
Wait. Hold on. Real quick. Okay, so from just while we're on Lord Breakbacks, and because we have skipped ahead of it a little bit, there was another guest that we had the possibility of having on tonight, and we did reschedule that meet up. And damn it, where it is. Okay, specifically when I talked to her, she said, okay, so she's gonna be here next week, but her thoughts on this week's episode are please, when doing episode 2 tonight, or when getting to Otto being dehanded, say Lauren of Lauren's Corner, y'all know my girl. Lauren would like to mention that this scene was delicious as fuck and absolute cackled when baby not the cackerer, no balls, took away his granddad's privileges.
Yes.
The moment you see Otto absolutely give up on life of being too old for this shit was sweet as fuck. And
he definitely had that. Definitely.
Yeah, like the Danny Glover. I'm too old for this. Right,
her last words of that tiny rant are "more, please."
Exactly.
And I agree. Yes, indeed. Okay. So again, check out Lauren's Corner. Y'all will see her on with us next week. She's hilarious and
I definitely, like, multiple times today to my cat, I was like, and what did Sir Crispin do?
You're correct.
Yeah.
Every single time.
And then she went, you know.
Okay. For real, Lord Crispy did not a damn thing because, you know, let's take it back to Wilson's terms. You know, when you walked into the room, the things you saw, bitch, the thing I saw is that Crispy was laying there being a fucking cuck ass, and you was riding for your deal.
That was my impression of Otto. It was like my favorite, like from that scene, it was like my favorite read of Otto, where he's like, and what did...
My favorite thing is when he yelled trifling. I was like, oh, god damn, he was so mad he said trifling.
I'm saying.
Well, I'll be damned.
Like, what rank did you see its coal?
Again, if you look at what's happening, none of us liked it. For anyone that was late joining us, you can rewind. None of us liked that he was trying to use the baby boo, the heir to the throne, Jaehaerys, as a spectacle to garner sympathy. However,
it was the best move.
Business, it was a sound PR move.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not gonna fault him for that. But when we get into this, aftermath of the bullshit, and Aegon again is in his feelings, and probably very likely hella in his cups, and we got Crispy over here co-signing to all the fake shittery that he's talking about, and then this other tragic thing happens, and Otto comes through like, hey, assholes, what the fuck do you think you're doing? Like, if he had been just a couple steps closer to Aegon, he would have gave him the same damn slap Tyrion gave Joffrey.
Yeah, it's my favorite part too.
Complaining about Joffrey, saying, oh, you know, these wolves, they just keep wailing and whatnot. Why don't that little boy just die? What did the 5 fingers say to the face?
The wailing of women.
Okay. fuck up. And of course, again, this is the bitch that Joffrey is.
Mm-hmm.
Covers his face like, oh, what?
Yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah, hit him again. Hit him again. Okay.
The prince will not forgive you for that, little lord. I don't give a fuck. I'm educating my nephew, and if you think I did something wrong or he ain't on par, go ahead and remind that motherfucker that I am here all day, and I will smack the shit out of him anytime I need to.
Okay.
I'm telling mother.
Go ahead, do that. Do that.
Telling mother.
Do that. Do that.
Go and tell your whore of a mother. And
do that.
How that work out for you.
Okay. Before we leave anything, because you asked what 2 events that we skipped over, Harrenhal and the Civil War in the Riverlands, which we're getting ready to get to. Those are the 2 things we skipped over so far in the show. We have not gotten to yet.
Yeah. But the show's not there yet.
Wait. Real quick. Yes. Jackie. Thank you for that explanation, Casey. Yeah. I don't know what is going on with my sounds. I have been trying to get them corrected for like the past 3 weeks. We've been having issues, but only on Mondays when we're talking about the things, and only on House of the Dragon. If you notice, because Meeks, we don't have these issues on my Fallout streams. We don't have these issues on the Shogun streams.
Yeah, we did.
It's only when we're about to talk about Game of Thrones some shit goes down. And last night, y'all that were rocking with me, Daphne and Tanisha, we didn't have no issues whatsoever. But that YouTube don't want me and Meeks to be great on these Monday streams. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I am sorry that the volume is not as leveled as I usually would have it. Please just turn your volume up and bear with me.
Yeah. But those are the 2 things.
I appreciate y'all.
Yep. So we skipped over the Riverlands, which I know it's coming, but they're just doing stuff out of order. And then Harrenhal, because you know where he's at. You know where Damon's at. That's
no. Like I'm all for talking about that stuff. Yeah, you guys are. Yeah.
No, that conversation that Jace and Bela had, again, kudos to fucking Bela, because Bela know what's up. Okay, she out there training with the crossbow. I mean, it low-key gave me like Arya training with the bow, making the motherfucking bullseye from like 6 feet back from where Bran was. It almost reminded me of that scene in Men in Tights when they're hitting the targets and the fake ass Will Scarlet just keeps shooting the arrow in half every time on the bullseye.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that shit reminded me of. And Bela, we see here, she's not, again, like her mom, she's not just a pretty face. She doesn't just control a powerful dragon. No, if you need her to go to work on something, she is here. She got the answers for you. She has the help and assistance that you need. And Rhaenyra, I think, called it right. She recognizes, and we saw that last season, she recognizes the power and the knowledge that both Bela and Rhaena have. They are on her small council. She pulled them up to the table. So I feel like that speaks volumes, and maybe that's a side tangent of me being a girl's girl. I love seeing the ladies in positions of power and seeing them utilize those positions of power.
They're not like full on at the table, like, but they're there. They're in the room, and like, but I also think that's like says a lot about Rhaena as a mom, as a queen, where she's like, I'm pulling all of my strength in.
Mm-hmm.
Alicent, like in the last episode, like when Aemon, who like arguably is like their best, right?
Don't have
like, why are you here?
What are you doing? And it's like that. That's kind of ridiculous. Like, why are you like you're like the dragon rider with the biggest fucking dragon?
He should be in the room.
Yeah, he should be in the room. Although I get why. Like, they're like, he's impetulant, he's reactive, he's impulsive.
But he still needs to be in the room.
Yeah, you know what it is? It is just like the picture that we showed last night. And for you guys that were not there, ladies, I'm gonna drop you down for a hot second, but only to show the background that we have. holding the crown. The crown does not touch his head. And if you know, like we know, that's going to come up to be very significant in the battles and the war winning to come. And the only two people in that scene, in that poster, that are drawing weapons actively are Aemond and Daemon.
Sure.
And that, again, that is a hint of something very big that is coming in the battles to come. So keep an eye on that. You know, these posters, they be trolling us. They be trolling us sometimes.
Well,
so, you know, they give us, they're like George. They give us all the answers, and then
they're just guiding you to like what you need to be paying attention to.
Mm-hmm.
But
fair enough.
I'm very interested to see, like, because there are obviously things that we know, but that are going to happen. But I am interested to see more so like how Alicent navigates. Oh, all right, Luke.
Okay, hold on. Right, yeah.
But I'm interested to see how Alicent navigates these relationships with her children from here on out, especially now that Otto is gone.
Okay.
And then how, like, it's just like what I'm looking forward to in like the next few episodes. Like,
right.
Yeah, like
I
how is she going to? Because she's like, Alicent is not ever going to be totally out of the picture. So how does she maintain, considering Aegon is whatever, Aemon doesn't trust her? You know, like, is it through Punch?
As of what we know now, I don't think it's solid that Aemon doesn't trust her, but I do think that he is looking at her in the same way that he's looking at Otto, is that they're old news and they're fresh ideas and strategies on how to deal with these things.
But also, you know, like, I guess, like, in one sense, like, I don't think Aemon's going to be around very long. Like, as far as, like, being in King's Landing and being at the...
No, you're right. See, and that's what that's
so,
a little bit of what I was going to cut into after this statement here.
Can I say, like, one small thing before we, like, move forward? Because the one thing we haven't talked about was Aemon and his sex worker. And, like, I like the shot from above.
He looks crazy.
So interesting because he looked like a lizard. He looked like a dragon. So thin.
And that right there, like me and Daphne and Sinisha, we clocked them when we did the watch along last night.
Yeah.
Again, and we did zoom in later when we were doing the after show. Like, okay, you know, I can appreciate bodies that are aesthetically pleasing, you know, regardless of male or female. And baby's arms are ripped. You know, they got that nice Turner shape in the bicep area. Yeah. And the legs, you could see he did not skip leg day. You know, the thighs are thighing when they need to. He has like a
See, I didn't think that was cute. I was like,
well, like, but I think it was presented in such a way.
See, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it was necessarily cute, but he had, from what I know from my friends and myself that have played some of these sports in high school, he has like a lacrosse or even you could say a swimmer's body. But there was something in his torso and how that looked in the position he was lying. Like, that's what gave us pause. Like, wait a minute, hold on. Is something going down here? Because you do, and I think you're right. You think about these fan art pictures that we've gotten of the miscarriages of some Targaryen babies that have looking like half lizards and little half baby dragons. You know, Daenerys, her own child, Rhaego, he came out with like a scaled skin and 2 wings and whatnots. And there's always a gamble that this can happen, and people always misconstrue it again because Victor's right history that it's just bad genetics and keeping the bloodline pure goes wrong.
Yeah,
does have that plays a part in it a little bit, but their blood magic was strong, and I think it's stronger than folks really realize, because obviously the Maesters have dumbed it down. I don't think that it's specifically because you can't mix these bloodlines so closely interwoven. I think that it's a very deliberate sabotage from the Maesters, because I think that they're trying to steal magic.
Well, we'll give but it's also like it's always like a game of chance, though.
Right. There's always
I even think, because like I don't even think we're like full into like the Maesters. Like I think like the Maesters are still fucking scared of the Targaryens. Right?
That's why they're trying to get rid of them.
They're I don't know. Well, I don't know if they're at the point, but
where they're like
that they actually can figure it out.
They're not there just yet, but it is coming.
But
I mean, we're not going to say what may or may not happen, but it's coming.
But even without all that, like context, which I love, but like, he looked like a lizard. He looked like a dragon, and like there's something like otherworldly. Because the thing is, like, Targaryens are fucking aliens, and like
it's kind of like
I thought it was amazing. I thought it was great. Like, it was like one of my favorite shots of the episode.
It ties in, I think, with how we all thought the White Walkers were supposed to look like. Like, they weren't supposed to be those old random ice-made, creepy zombie-looking things. They were beautiful, just like the Targaryens. Their language that they speak, the ice magic, and how they look like beautiful fairies walking around with their like glowing bodies that are made of ice. It's interesting, things like that.
But I even think just in the context of this episode and the show, it's just like these are otherworldly beings and like reptilian.
Well, I felt like with him, I saw the dragon part of that, but when I saw that overhead shot, I was like, it looked like a damn fetus embryo in a sack.
Yeah.
I'm like that's why I was like,
but that still had.
I don't want it.
Reptilian, like.
It just looked like.
That, okay, see, I mean, that fits because dragons very typically have reptilian type features. Just just like hyped up to by X-Men Mutant X gene levels. So it's always random to see how they will end up, and I think that it's important to try to keep that in mind, especially with us now getting Dunk and Egg, because there's a lot of things that go around Dunk and Egg that are mystical and in the lore, especially when it comes to Summerhall, of what Egg was trying to do with some of those dragon eggs. But again, no spoilers.
I will say really quick, like, I don't even think like we will ever remotely get to Summerhall with like Dunk and Egg.
There was a gnat. There's a gnat, like a little fruit fly bug that's been flying back and forth, and I'm like, I'm not gonna hit it. It keeps.
And then you said I can't do it.
Yes, but I also have my like important stuff over here, so I couldn't slap it, so I had to like tap it. But then I was like,
but then you're tapped.
Yeah, and I missed, so he's still flying around here somewhere. If you come in my face again, that's what I'm doing. If you see me clapping, that's what it is. I can't take it.
All right, so we need to talk about wigs.
For all
I like the wigs.
I mean, like,
they're much better this season.
They're better this season. The one thing I really hate is Hugh the Hammer's beard. It is shades of like Chris Hemsworth's like beard in like the first Thor movie where they like bleached it. And it looked like
no gracias.
Yeah, like that's the only thing. Like Hugh the Hammer's beard is the only thing. Like I think like in we'd be better talking about this with Heidi, but like I think
No.
the wigs are laying pretty good.
Yeah, I think they're much better this season, especially
Yeah,
the dread wigs from Adam. So much
Adam,
better.
yes. See, I have a question on that route. Okay, so where actually do you think they will be going when it comes here to Alan and Adam? Do you know we saw that they were one or two of them was at that meeting like of the Dragon Seeds.
Mm-hmm.
How
Right.
do you think is going to break down with goes down in this? Well, actually, not even no. We'll not even future cast that. Let's put it just to Auntie Nisi. Do you think she knows?
No.
I think he knows, and that's why they're talking about it. Like, he owes us. He owes us. He owes us. They know that.
Owes us. Yeah.
So there is cluing us into something, but for people who haven't read the books, they don't understand what's happening yet.
Yeah.
and I think so there are two ways it can go. It can either, but it gets very spoilery if I like talk about it, like
especially since it's going to happen this season. Like,
and I think I don't think she's going to be happy about it. Oh, and by the way, like I was listening when you brought up the scene that you were referring to, and I need to rewatch the scene again. I don't think it has anything to do with them having threesomes, but I'm gonna rewatch it again.
All I will say on that is, wait, are you talking about the scene that was in this episode?
No. Like when we were talking about like Corliss and Rain, like, and please invite me to your threesome, Corliss and Rainey's. Like,
look,
I'm all for it.
That in the middle.
But the scene like that you guys like brought up, I was like, I don't think that's what I was saying. But whatever, moving on. Like,
I don't know, chat room, if y'all remember.
Ultimately, like, I don't think Rainey's is going to be very happy about the holes.
Well, I mean,
it sounded like you were saying the holes, like in the holes, and I was like, I know. She's not happy about those holes.
And Alan of holes.
Okay, hold on. Okay, see, I don't think that it's going to be a question of whether she really liked them or not. I think like, and I feel like we could turn to Catelyn Stark for
I'll be back, y'all.
In my book, okay, go ahead. For how this went down. Obviously, I don't. Auntie Rainey's may need she may want those bastards like out of her brain, but she's not gonna fault them for being needed to be taken care of. I think she does know about them, but they've not been like they're not like it's not the Starks, they're not bringing all of their snow.
No. I mean, I guess I personally like the little bit that we've gotten, and obviously it's going to be like very different than the book. Like this is going to be a big change from the book, but
a little bit, yeah.
I think it's going to be like a very big surprise. I don't think she knows about them because like the way everyone was acting like so very cagey about it, like these are not acknowledged bastards. And
well, you can tell that by their last names already,
right? But I definitely like. I think in a way, like Rainey's is not stupid. Like he goes off for years at a time. Like of course, at some point, like, well, I mean,
that's why I'm saying I think she knows about them.
But Rainey's in the book. I mean, there's a reason why Corliss presented them as Laenor's kids initially because he was fucking terrified of Rainey's.
Because he knows
like she wasn't like gonna like
Auntie is that chick.
No. I mean,
also what I think what we've known enough and what we've been shown enough of Antanisi is I will only put her up against Catelyn Stark in this one episode because y'all already know. Most of y'all been following me. Y'all know how I feel about Catelyn. I think she knows that things are going to happen on these high seas. The narrow sea, as it were, around the Stepstones, going trade back and forth between Essos and Westeros and all that. I think she knows that obviously, like Catelyn said, all men have bastards, or all High Lord men have bastards, and blah blah blah,
which is bullshit. But
the one thing he isn't going to give him any really big amount of flack because those boys weren't there.
Well, so there. Hold on. So, two things because they're obviously not going to do the storyline that they're presenting them as Laenor's kids because they're older than Laenor. So there is a possibility that they might be older than the marriage. So that's one possibility. That's one possibility, but the other possibility, because it's very clear in Fire and Blood that Rhaenys would not have dealt with that shit by any stretch of the imagination. So we might see, it might come to a head, and it might be they might part on very bad terms.
Okay,
and then it's going to be really fucking sad.
I mean, the whole situation around it all that we're not speaking of is sad in itself. I truly don't think that Antanisi would have given Corlys that much flack, specifically because she, again, like we've seen, is still in Rhaenyra's camp. And I think Antanisi is the type of mom that already knows the nature of her children. And even if she can't propel them forward to shine on their own, she's still going to give them that loving mom support. And this wouldn't be a thing for her to really deal with.
In the book, they definitely have said she would, he very much hid it from her because she had a fiery temper. So you have to remember, she's a fucking Baratheon.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
She is a Baratheon and a Targaryen, which is
that is the most dangerous combination that you know of.
Yeah, I just everything around it, and just remember, I let Rhaenys and Corlys are my favorites, but it means they're gonna fucking break my heart. And I think this whole situation is going to be heartbreaking. And
I know that they are going to break our hearts.
Yeah.
Specifically because we know they're just like Doctor Who said, for y'all Whovian fans out there like myself, there are some things in history that are just static. And what that means is there are some things that always are bound to happen, no matter what you do. So there are some things that are going to be tweaked in that storyline, I think, but it's still going to end up the same.
And one
sad ending for some of it.
Well, and one thing, because we mentioned Caitlyn, obviously, these are not children that she has to take care of. I don't think her ire is going to be necessarily towards them. It's going to be towards her husband. But and we can't talk about it now. But
that's another stream. We gotta cut it there.
It's Oakenfist's future marriage and very similar issues.
And we absolutely have to do that. right there because that is going through.
I definitely would love to do an Oaken Fist. Like we have to probably wait till like the end of the season, but
yeah,
I
okay.
want to do an Oaken Fist.
For that, we will. I think we'll definitely have to wait for the end of the season. I know. Meeks was on with me for the end of last season. JD, who I think might still be in the chat, was on with us, and we had a few of our faves. I don't know, Donna Vice and Fire, the homie Don Willie was on. Tanya and Nikki, our ladies, our homies from 1001. They were on that panel with us. So
I was with them a couple weeks ago for trivia night.
Yes. Right. Yeah. You over there in NY, and AK can't be going home to NY all the time, so she has to miss all of the live updates and stuff.
Oh, well, at least they stopped like doing trivia night in Queens and like deep Queens.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Queens be.
Well, for me, like that's track.
All right, still. Santi, yes. Hello, Khaleesi Q's again. Khaleesi, actually, lady ma'am, if you wouldn't mind hitting me up on those Faceless Man Facebook streets, I would like to have a random discussion. Let's get your thoughts out here to the folks, because I know outside of the Game of Thrones community, I'm not sure these folks know who you are. We need to let them know who you are. And Khaleesi has been dropping
clues,
so fire for many a moon now, ever since the Game of Thrones era, and y'all know it's been quite an amount of time in between now and then. So definitely go check out her stuff, and hopefully we'll be able to bring her on with us for one of these discussions. And also JD the Dragon, he was on our finale stream last year, so we trying to bring him on too. Always, that's my brother from another mother. And for this episode, folks, I think we have covered all the major plot points, which is what we always mean to do. So again, Aegon, I feel like the worst mistake you have made thus far is, and I don't like the dude, so do understand, the worst mistake you've made is by firing the dude that I knew could guide you in the best way, because your mama ain't shit. Okay, and your unknown stepdaddy over there, Sir Crispy of the is not on your team.
Mm-hmm.
Literally the only person that is truly on your team is Aemond, and even he right now is looking out for himself, because I guarantee you he has had more war room meetings with Sir Crispy of the bullshit than you have. Like your daddy said, like our man's Tywin said, a person that has to go around and claim that they are king, they are not the king.
But I think it's also going to be very interesting, because it's going to be a very like direct opposite relationship that Varys had with Daemon, where like Varys like could never trust Daemon, where like Aegon is just going to empirically trust Aemon. Did I get those names right? Yes.
Viserys.
No.
Aemond, and he is going to trust Sir Crispy, and that will be very key contributors to his downfall.
Trash.
And I am looking forward to all of that, because Flash, if y'all didn't know, we have already seen a lot of the casting for A Knight of the Kingdom. Are Sir Duncan the Tall and Egg, who is aka Aegon the Fifth, coming in wrecking shop, trying to bring he was trying to work some blood magic, old Valyrian Targaryen blood magic, as it were, to bring dragons back. It didn't work out for them. So there's a amount of times that I know, at least for us especially, you have heard us mention places like Summerhall and all that. All those things will come into play once Dunk the Lunk and Aegon the Fourth come forward. Stay tuned for that. But in the meanwhile, again, I was supposed to have some other guests on with me tonight, but the real world don't be stopping for these streams. So everybody hit me up at like the same time. but then shit happened and they had to disperse. Luckily, Becks was in the chat with us, and she was able to come on tonight. So Becks, let the folk know where to find you, what you be doing, and also what's the next stream you and Heidi doing.
All right, so hi, I'm Shadowcat Becks. You can find me on the socials at Shadowcat_Becks, even though I'm not very active on the socials, but I'm there. I will be on Thursday with CostumeCo. She does her weekly House of the Dragon review, and I will be there. And then and I'm just gonna kind of like slowly like stalk around the fandom like during like House of the Dragon, and definitely during the Hedge Night, and you'll see me, and then you'll see my words in the
Right, absolutely. Actually, a random thought just came into mind. The last time, or one of the last times, I was in New York, back home. Y'all didn't know we rep Brooklyn out this piece. I actually had the pleasure of hanging out with Lady Shadowcat Becks, and went to a few very cool exhibits.
Yeah, we went to the Brooklyn Museum.
Yes.
And
Mr. Softy.
It was had drinks, and
it was cold because it was like nearly the end of fall or start of fall, I think. And Mr. Ice Cream, Mr. Softy, in the Midwest, so I had to cop it while I had it over there, and we had some ice cream cones in some very cold weather, but it was still tasty. And we went and hung out at a bar and had some delicious flatbread pizza. I don't remember what it was called.
Oh, we have really good pizza. Ogliastra, like on Washington Avenue in Prospect Heights.
Yes, indeed. So, for any of y'all that are in those New York regions, every now and then you will catch, a group event for us Game of Thrones homies going out there. And if I'm in town when that happens, I'm always there. I know Becks is always sure to be there, and 9 times out of 10, Tanya and Nikki are gonna be the two that's running the shit.
Yeah, like 9 times out of 10, like 1,000 Eyes in Rome, and 1,000 Eyes in One running the event.
Facts. So yeah, that is where we be at. Coming up for myself, and yes, the brother from another mother, my little brother homie. Phantom D Saint has been in the chat with us, and if you are if you're not ready to let go, if you want to talk about some more of these dragons, jump over to DJ Wun Wun's channel tomorrow night. Me, DJ, and Phantom gonna be on to talking about these dragons. So come through. On Wednesday, Meeks, I think we're wrapping up Fallout.
Yep.
The last episodes 7 and 8. And from there, I think we're going to our Wednesday show will transition to The Boys.
Yep.
Season 4, is it?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna start with episode 1 and 2, because The Boys always drops like 3 or 4 episodes right off the gate, so we gotta play catch up.
Mm-hmm.
So we do episode 1 and 2 after that, and then we'll be back for Game of Thrones episode 3, and then again that following Wednesday we'll have episode 3 and 4 of The Boys to chat about. If you're a fan, come through. We got you.
So one question in the chat is, what time for DJ Wun Wun?
We usually start at, you know what? I can't even pinpoint the time. No, listen. See, and Fandom is in the chat. Fandom can back me up on this, okay? We sometimes talk about starting early, and our early time is maybe like 7 or 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. DJ is in Seattle, however, so he's 3 hours in the past for us. So we have to navigate that time zone, and sometimes it just doesn't always work out that we can sync up times. So we look, see right there, okay? We live. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So if we can get on early and not. There's a few times when some of our bigger shows are on. I will start at least half of the episode with DJ and Fandom, but y'all already know if CostumeCo Lady Heidi, if she calls the banners, AK gonna be there. So I usually I'll split my time on Thursdays sometimes. But yeah, definitely head over to Deja Wun Wun. His link is in the below description, and I do believe I just saw Jackie drop that link out there. So come through and hang out with us tomorrow. Again, Wednesday, me and Meeks gonna be talking about the finale, two finale episodes. So Fallout and Becks. I don't know what episode it will be, but I know I'm gonna have you and Heidi on here for another episode. I'm pretty sure I'll be on with you guys on Heidi's channel for the finale. We're gonna make it do with it. Meeks again, that straight from Heidi's mouth. You are welcome.
I know.
To anything we jump in. So look, we trying to get Meeks out there, y'all. Meeks
is editing.
Come.
Meeks is editing on my Fire laptop.
Because Meeks watches like all of the things. I don't know when she sleeps. And again, let me remind y'all,
work.
We live in the same city. And we have only hung out in person together once. Because she be busy.
Be working. Listen, working and working.
Exactly. That always is what, but it's always a fun time. Again, I don't know what or why in the algorithm YouTube had put Sean Tank Top in my recommends, but I watched that and I happened to watch it during Lovecraft Country, and it happened to be the episode that I saw Meeks on.
I was on a lot of those.
You were.
This is your origin story. I want to hear it.
I was on that first one that he had pulled you on to, and I remember specifically because when I had sent you a message, like I've only worked with Sean before, I don't exactly know how this thing goes. I said, look, it don't go nothing. Look, I'm gonna send you the link. If you want to come through and chat, I appreciate it. Come through and hang out. And it was me, her, and Manaro for like the finale, three finale episodes of Lovecraft Country. And there was a cupcake incident that happened. Daphne was trying to harass me to eat some cupcakes. I didn't have the room in my belly at that time because I was just now getting ready to go through a major surgery to remove some things from my abdomen. And then at nearly close to the end of the stream, there was my eyes were accosted. There was a naked auntie that had came out the bathroom and walked across the hall to her bedroom, and she made it a point to stop before she walked into her bedroom and look at me. And I just happened to turn my head, and for the next 15 minutes, I was ridiculed because I did not like to see my naked auntie walking past me on a live stream.
Well,
and again,
how dare you?
I am not. see, and that energy right there, Becks. That's shit I be talking about. Why the fucking chat room don't ever help me? Help me. Y'all don't never have my back. I don't appreciate this.
I mean, no,
because that shit that you saying right there, that's the exact same thing that Manaro, who was on the stream with us, was saying, and my cousin Daphne, who was across the way from me on the other couch, talking shit.
No, that's me saying, me being flabbergasted that this is something that people have a problem, that this is a problem.
It was a problem for us because look, y'all don't know my auntie Melda. Okay, and that's just all it was. So if y'all didn't know what happens to AK behind the scenes, sometimes I'll be being harassed.
So
she do all the time.
So I'm an auntie.
Last week.
I'm an auntie, and I would never do that. Especially if I did something and the girls were like, "No, we're uncomfortable." I'd be like,
"Okay, see, here's the thing you're not understanding." Here's the thing.
I have to go. I am literally sweating down my butt crack. It's dripping at this point.
Can you bring some into the hot box room.
I have a fan.
You need more.
I don't need more. There's no place to plug them. I have to get out of here. Everything's wet from below.
Like the seats don't. Yeah,
I have to get out of here. My seat's wet. Everything's wet. I gotta dry.
Get you a cooling seat.
No, I just have to replace my HVAC. My HVAC system. That's
all right.
Becks, stay off her bed. What? Go to bed. Go get cool. Love you. Peace out.
Bye.
Okay, look.
We're still all right.
Right. If y'all go back to that stream, look, I'm not talking shit. Y'all can go and verify this shit. Okay, go over to my live streams and check out the Lovecraft Country discussion with me, Manaro, and Meeks. Okay, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Yeah, my cousin harassed me because I didn't want to eat any of her cupcakes, and red velvet cupcakes are my favorite, but I just didn't have the room for that. And then there was a whole thing with my half naked auntie walking out the bathroom across the hall to get to her room, and she stopped purposely to make sure you know when you see something out the corner of your eye and you turn real quick to see what it is, that's exactly what she did. And the whole stream stopped for like 10 minutes, and the chat room was no damn help. Okay, Manaro's sister,
I'm sure it wasn't.
And
chat rooms like freak the fuck out over a cat or a dog. I can't imagine over half naked
I'm telling no, she wasn't on camera. She wasn't shown. Just how they reacted when I told them why me and Daphne were in hysterics laughing.
Oh well, then like you mentioned half naked. That means you mentioned boobs, of course. Like a YouTube chat is going to freak the fuck out.
Listen, she walked out of the bathroom with nothing but a towel. Where was the towel? Y'all might ask. The towel was around her neck, and that was it. So when I just happened to turn my head to the right and saw that bullshit, I was like, wait, hold on, what the fuck is going on here? What the fuck is going on here? And I couldn't keep a straight face. I was laughing my ass off for a second, and so was Daphne. And when I told them what was happening, they were trying to be mad at me again for the cupcake. They were, they gave me that line. Manaro gave me that line. Eat the cupcake, anime. Look, that's what's love got to do with it. Tina Turner reference. No, we're not doing that. I'm not going to eat the cupcake. But then what was it? Somebody else said there was another line talking about we can't do the cupcakes, and Manaro's sister is what it was, because we were talking about Lovecraft Country, and there is like this thing of the nine-tailed fox on there, and Manaro's sister jumped. I think it was like Parker Sweets or something. She jumped in chat talking about, auntie want to free her nine tails. Ma'am, don't give this woman no labels. Do not give her any type of shine at all, because she will always be out here on my streams doing the most.
Yeah. And it's like don't it's like a little kid like having like a meltdown. It's like, don't acknowledge it. Don't give them any fuel for the fire.
Can I just say, let me remind y'all, she knew I was streaming. She knew I was streaming live.
Of course she did.
Then.
Of course.
And she made sure to do that. And then she threw a flip-flop at Daphne's head, and that derailed the conversation even more. And again, I'm not just making shit up. Y'all can go and watch those streams. They're live on my channel too. This is the stress that AK has to go through behind the scenes. Y'all just don't know. I was on the stream with Tanya and Nikki. We were talking about the serpent and the rainbow, and Auntie had a whole conversation yelling at the kids about not putting their foot in her chair because she's gonna chop off their foot. Look, for any of y'all that was around for that conversation, again, you can go see this. You can watch this live on my channel right now. Aunties they will ruin your life sometimes if you want them to. However, they are always entertaining, and
again,
auntie fan club with my subscribers. I just tried to be curbing that because she extra.
I'm an auntie to 3 girls and they definitely have hit, like, you know, like I was amazing for many years, and then I was like very uncool for a few years, and then like a couple of them think I'm cool again, but the youngest one is like, ugh. And of course, like I torment her.
Okay, you talking about drop the link to the video? All right. Okay.
Yeah,
I because it's gonna take me a minute to find. But I do have mods in the chat. Santi, JD, Casey, y'all can post links. Fandom, y'all can post those links. Go back and check those vids. Lovecraft Country with I think it was the Lovecraft Country Part 2 with me, Manaro, and Meeks, where you'll find out about the cupcake incident and where Daphne and Tanisha were trying to talk to me about getting the talking about powerful witches in media, all on that stream. There's another one actually, The Last of Us, where me, Meeks, and Funda were talking about it. Auntie Debbie came through to come in and give her thoughts on that situation. What's the other one? What's the other one that I said? Was Fallout? No, I didn't watch Fallout. There's another one that I said, but legit, you really could just look through all of my bits. They're on there. Yeah, I have no reason to hide anything. But anyways, thank you, Becks. I'm so glad that you were in the chat.
Oh yeah, no, thank you so much. I'm sorry I missed you last night. Like I'm horrible on Sunday nights. Like as soon as like the show is done, I'm like bed.
You good.
But I had a lot of fun. Everybody in the chat was like so much fun. And I can't wait to keep talking about this season. And I really need to talk about Stannis and really Baratheon with you at some point.
Okay, look, okay. See, right, hold on. Okay, legit, write that down now.
Oh, like, I don't even have to write it down. Like, I'm going to pester you.
What? You will not have to pester for long. Absolutely, yeah. I
like,
am a fan.
So a lot of times, like, I'll be like kind of like, you know, off in the distance, and someone like asks me like, "What are you thinking about?" I'm like, Stannis Baratheon,
and they don't know what the hell you're talking about. See?
Oh well, like my best friends do, but they also don't know. But they're like, okay.
See, I have been fortunate to where I call myself a Renaissance nerd. So like, you know, music, art, theater, you know, all of that. I am heavy into it. And there was a couple segments. If you do I can't remember if it was a race, but if you do go back far enough on my channel, me and my homie Timmy, he is son of a family friend for me and his family from church, and he was big into Game of Thrones. So there was a whole season where me and him would record reactions to us doing this. And at the end of that season, we were on Don Willie's channel, who again, aka Don the Rice and Fire. You can probably find this on his channel. Me and Timmy helped do the panel with him and the Hype Swatch on that. So yeah, we've been out here for a while. I don't remember exactly how I met Becks and Heidi. I feel like Tanya had something to do with it.
I think it was because of the creative skills.
Was it? Well, yeah, she was on that one night with you guys, and I think I had been watching you guys before that. But once Tanya dropped in, that's when like all of us really started conversing.
Yeah.
So yeah, again.
Yeah, it was definitely like the creative skill that.
And Santi got it. Yeah, thank you, Santi. Yes, go. I encourage y'all to watch that whole screen because it is hilarious. And please do, if you like what you hear, subscribe. I have these links below for CostumeCo channel. You will catch Becks and myself on there frequently. Please go check her out. And Heidi, just so y'all know, again, I always hang out with like my more famous friends on here. as I'm learning, Heidi has been in the costume industry for many years. This is her expertise. So whenever any conversation is happening about costumes, Heidi is the first person I call to come in and chat about that stuff. And there's a few YouTubers I think you'll find that do that because Heidi's just awesome like that. And like I was telling y'all earlier, Becks, she's an editor. So if I have questions about different editing types, I'm gonna call Becks. If I have questions about different music types and how you create a score for a certain thing, I'm gonna go to the homie John Del Vento because that's his expertise. He has worked in that for years.
Yeah.
So these are the folks that we hang around. And I told y'all I don't bring folk on here that don't know what the fuck they talking about. Y'all know Meeks. Y'all see Meeks literally watches 1,000 shows in one. I don't know when she sleeps because she also edits those videos herself. She does have an editor, but she does half of it herself.
Yeah.
So it's nuts. And Khaleesi Clues is another one. That if y'all don't know about Khaleesi, I feel like y'all need to go check out her channel, please and thank you.
Is she like a costume wardrobe channel?
No.
Because she just said so many clues even in the costumes, but she's just Khaleesi Clues. I love your name, and I'm like gonna follow you right now.
She is well rounded like that.
Perfect.
Also, again, mods, pull up Khaleesi's channel, please, and drop that in the chat for everybody to check out. She is again, like me, a Renaissance nurse. She knows a little bit about everything, and the way she puts some things together just be gold. And that's one of the main reasons that I followed her, and we have been friends for many a few years now. So I appreciate you, Khaleesi. Matter of fact, for real, I'm trying to get you on here for one of these chats, my lady. Come through. Hit me up on those Twitter roasts and Facebook streets. Yes, in DC, and there you go. Fandom got it out there for you. Appreciate that. And again, Fandom, myself and DJ Wun Wun, we're gonna be chatting about this episode again.
Fandom, I heard a rumor like you're gonna come on with Heidi and me at some point this season. I'm looking forward to it.
I've been in his ear. So come on, let's do that thing, little brother. Let's do that thing and get on here. Yeah, it's always a good time hanging with Becks and Heidi. And I believe we're gonna have a Tati on the next one, and Tati also.
Tatiana is coming.
Yes, she has good knowledge of the costumes and the way things go behind the scenes, and I love.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of costume talk on Thursday.
Yeah,
which is
and I love that. I love that because there are a lot of things I've been into in the arts, but y'all have helped to fine tune my knowledge on those things and what to look at when I watch these shows, and I love that. I appreciate it.
Well, like you already knew it. Like we just gave you maybe a little bit of vocabulary, a little bit like you're in tune. Like you're not. I don't think you're watching anything casually. It's just giving you a little bit more of a vocabulary, and like it's you were there. We just enhanced it.
See again. This is how humble Becks is, but she's really a big fucking deal. And I've come to know in the past few years, a lot of my friends I hang out on these YouTube streets, especially with the ones connected to New York, they a big fucking deal. And so I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna drop names because I know they not boasty like that. But will I say, have you seen them on my channel before? Absolutely, you have. Absolutely, you have. And I'm gonna leave it there. So Becks, thank you for coming in on this.
Thank you for having me, and thank you everybody in the chat. You were awesome and fun, and so happy to be here.
Yes, Fandom. Let me try to get through this list of all of our visitors. Fandom. Yes, you just need to get okay. Okay.
Yeah. We're doing it.
Becks, yeah, let's get that. Let's get that. Me, you.
Oh yeah.
We gonna get that covered.
Yeah, no, I think Heidi's on it. So, thank you, Amy.
Lady Amy, you are always awesome. Imagination Realm, my girl, my fellow West Indian. Every now and then I run into a West Indian person in these chats, and it always does my heart good because it's very few and far between of us that we be out here. You know, King Cash, you know what? No, for real. And you've given me the gist that you are Team Green, and that's okay. That's okay because there's a lot of points that you have put forth and that we put forth in conversations that we agree upon. So I am glad that you're in here to give us a different perspective. I like that banter. Thank you for coming through.
Yeah. And King Cash, I don't disagree with you on this statement. So
you motherfucking right. You motherfucking right. We don't disagree.
We don't disagree.
Well done. Well done and well met. Thank you for coming through. And again, we got here our sister
Santavia. It's so nice to see you.
Right. We ain't, yo, Santi, we ain't seen you in like 6 months, man. So I'm glad you were able to come through. Imagination Realm, the homie. We have hung out on many a video chat together. I was so glad to get to know her. Amy Collins, thank you again for so much, always coming through. I think Amy jumped on around the same time that I found Val was teaching on my chat room aunties. So I appreciate y'all being here. Fandom, little brother, you know what it do. JD, my bruv, my dragon brother from another mother, always holding it down. Lady Jackie, thank you always for coming through.
Oh yeah, Jackie.
Khaleesi, and Jackie, for real. Let's get you on one of these videos that we break these things down. You don't have to be on camera if you don't want to. I'm not a stickler for that. If you want to just chill in the shadows and hang out and chat, let's do that. Come through, because I don't know if y'all know, like I know, but judging from some of the comments and analytics I've seen, the folk appreciate y'all's opinion. So come through. Let's do this. And again, fan be sent up here. Haelena, my lady, King Cash, again, thank you for coming through.
Thank you, King.
Perspective and giving us something different to talk about. Thank you. Please remember to hit that like on y'all way out, friends. Haelena, always a pleasure. Again, Santi was up in here. Let me scroll back up here. I know there's a few. There's some folks that I'm missing. I also saw Danny McKay in here earlier. Lady V was in here earlier. The Imagination Realm was in the spot, of course.
And the Imagination Realm left it off at Team Black.
She did, yo.
Team Black.
That's what
Team Black.
we do. Team
Black. I don't know what I just did.
Luke, and I don't know what episode it's gonna be, but I will open the discussion up to some of our chat folks. Luke is already on that list, so if y'all are interested, I'm gonna take 2 more people on for that stream. Let me know. I got Luke penciled in as 1, 2 more folks from the chat. If y'all want to come through, we'll do a chat-based discussion, and that's how we'll handle it for that week. So let me know. Hit me up on them Twitter Rose streets or on the Instagram, and I'll get back to you on whoever gets there first. That's how it's gonna be. And again, King Cash, thank you for coming through, giving us a different perspective. Lady D, of course, our girl Manic was in here with us. House Lord Bridge Casey, I got love for you, girl. I'm gonna see. Actually, that reminds me. I'm gonna see if I can get Lavi, my chat room wifey, on here for one of these episodes. Chat. Let's see. We got Luke again. King Cash. Let me scroll back up some more. Haelena. I think we may have gotten it. Oh, Lady Duncan. Let's tell you, there's not a person I know in our Game of Thrones community that knows more about the Duncan egg books than this woman.
And then
she is the expert. If I know,
I really need to talk to people about the Duncan egg casting, which I think across the board is fan fucking tastic.
Right on point. Yes,
on point. All of them. The Baratheon. Did you watch? Oh well, we can't even start going
again. A stream for another day, and I mean
stream for another day. But yeah, we should definitely.
I will forget.
Yeah.
Write it down because I will forget. And once you remind me to get it set up, I will definitely extend the invite to Miss Duncan at all, because CC
Yeah.
also is one of those ones been rocking with us for many a moon now.
She's not
hanging on.
Miss. She's Mrs. Duncan the Tall.
This is
And like,
damn right.
girl, get it, get it.
Mrs. Don't nobody know more than her on
Dunk
this.
is. They
That's
did
what I'm saying.
such a good job.
I mean,
Such a good job.
Dunk the lunk is what they call him. But the man,
Oh,
I feel like he
casting.
very shortchanges himself all the time. All right, so again, all right, we got
All right.
Jet Fandom House Lord Bridge. Yes, and I think we got everybody in here.
Yeah.
Y'all, and if we missed anybody, oh wait, hold on, Gavin, I see you, homie. I see you. If we miss anyone, please shout yourselves out in the comments. We will be back on and next Sunday for episode 3 of The Dragon. Will be over with cousins. Y'all know we're gonna have the gourmet popcorn on deck to watch this episode with the watch along, and probably do an after show depending on what happens in the episode. And then on Monday we'll be back here to talk about it again. Next Monday, I think, is our official. We will have Lauren from Lauren's Corner, homie, coming through, and maybe one other person. We're not sure. We'll see how it works out. But if you want to see who it is, then stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button. Please send the banners, okay? Call the banners. Tell your parents, your mom, your dad, tell your cousins,
And your sister too.
Follow 8K Watch so your girl can get the monetization on deck, okay? Because we got to get it popping out here in 2024. So again, thank you all for hanging with us. It is always a pleasure, and we appreciate you. And shout out to the homie, our pack brother, John and Gerard, Johnny the Irish Wildling, aka John Greenhands, who gave us that awesome theme song that y'all made in the beginning. And in the background, if you've been hearing that song we've had on loop, that is courtesy of James Dahl, the other half of our homie Quinn of Quinn's Ideas, aka Ideas of Ice and Fire. Put some great beats together for you, girl. So show them some love. Their links are all below. And we will see you guys on Wednesday. Me and Meeks talk about Fallout, and then we'll be back on these Dragon Streets on Sunday. So be good. Have a great rest of your week. Hug your family and tell them you love them. Peace out.
Bye.